Bam. All right, yeah. So what's up? What's up? What's up? It's Jamali, aka Jam Jam Art. I'm here. Thank you to Will, wherever he is on the screen. Bam over there, founder of the Ghetto Granny Club NFT project. My first NFT project. An awesome one. They've been super supportive. I've found my way through the NFT space through a lot of the community members there. So it's been awesome, and I really appreciate Will hosting me. This is the second month of my pixel art classes. So the first month was in May, maybe a little bit of late April, but yeah. So we're on to the next one. We're moving. Last month in the first season, as I call it. Now we're on season two. um, we did like kind of full on walkthroughs through the pixel art process and through some feedback through some of the community members. They were like, hey, that's cool and all, but can you like take it a step slower? So that's what we're doing. We're going to take it just a step slower. We're still going to work towards a nice finalized piece that we could share or color in or do whatever we want to it. But rather than just going like full on, like this is how you color, this is how you do the shapes, this is how you animate it, we're just going to break it up into sections. Um, so that way you and the viewers who watch after this or posthumously, they are able to see and interact with this and not feel like overwhelmed in the sense of things. So yeah, that's what's up today. Oh snap, I don't even have the image up. Whatever. Today we're gonna be working on making our own little granny themed pixel art. If you have not, I feel like everybody here is in the Discord or at least has one granny. But if you have not, and you're watching this later, NFT Ghetto Granny Club is on OpenSea. I believe. Will, what's the website?
GhettoGrannyClub.com.
.com. Got some great music there. Got some great gifs on there. Got a lot of good information on that website. Um, and they're also the same on Twitter and Instagram as well. I believe maybe a few more socials, but that's where it's most active, and that's where a lot of the community lives. So if you have not checked that out, go check them out. It's a great project. Will did all the art for it. There's a bunch of crazy traits. There's a lot of like hood references. There's a lot of sports references. There's a lot of like just it's just fun to look through. So check that out.
We love it. We love being ghetto grannies.
So ghetto.
Thank you. And Jen, no, thank you for, doing this. I think it's dope, man. I think it's dope what you're doing. And, even though I made this collection, I always feel like it's something I can learn. You know what I mean? Like, I always feel, I don't never feel like I'm the best at anything at all. Actually, I think I'm, nothing compared to you, the stuff that I've seen you do and create. So I had to tune in and get in here. I'm like, let me soak up whatever I can because, I might dabble here and there in the art, but like I know like you like living it. You know what I mean? So I want to take whatever whatever knowledge and whatever game I can get and, implement some things we do in the future. So thank you, man. I appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody else for popping in too. Like, thank you guys for your support. I think it's awesome. Came a long way since back then, since last year. And I'm just super appreciative of everybody, showing up and showing love and supporting each other too. So thank you. It's dope.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, who is this? Treasure Notes. Howdy.
Hey,
So
how you doing?
we chilling. So y'all, if I
Three
was,
amigos.
what'd you say?
I said we the three amigos. But you see one. If you see me, you gonna see Treasure
All together.
and Ruth. If you see Ruth, you gonna see us two coming.
Gonna pull up with
I just told
them.
them coming over.
Hey, that's cool though. That's cool though. You gotta use a buddy system out here in these treacherous NFT streets.
Yeah.
Really.
That is a fact. It's crazy. It's crazy out here.
It sure is.
For real.
Oh,
But
it
now
was.
you calm down, Will. That's mad.
I will tell y'all. I will tell y'all. When I first got into this, I did not know it was this crazy, y'all. Like I didn't know. It is wild. I mean, and it's crazy. It's so wild because the first NFC project I bought into, I got rug pulled. I didn't even know it though. I just thought they just closed. I didn't know what happens. Like, man, it's the air. They gonna fix it. Like they never came back.
Oh,
Didn't even know. It's crazy.
Man, I hope you spend a lot of money on that.
And them boys, I think, man, they was like 0.07 ETH. Bought two of them because I knew I was gonna be able to flip them. I knew I was gonna be able to make so much money. No, rug pull.
Oof. But even before you got to reveal and flip and all that.
They revealed and then they
Oh.
just did.
Whack.
Yeah, yeah.
Whack.
I think they had like a 10,000 limit. I think they sold about. What's crazy at that price back then?
Mm-hmm.
They sold about 3,300 or so. Like they sold a nice amount.
That's a grip.
They just did. They was like, well, we not, and that's some gas. You know, it was like $20 a pop to mint something. They're like, man, we not gonna mint these out for free. We out of here. They just left. Crazy, man. I'll be safe out here because it is bad.
Gotta be
I'm
safe.
seeing it more and more.
Especially with all these like free mints and stuff.
Yeah.
That's something else. But that's why we stick together. That's why we form communities. That's why that's what hopefully a lot of these alpha groups are getting done. But who knows? Here we are making art though. So just a few things to note. So, one, there's going to be prizes. There's going to be giveaways. My man Will was super gracious enough to bless us with some both crypto cash. There's $100 total to be won. And then there's also NFTs to be won, right? So we're going to run some trivia games this during this time. So I don't think, what's your name? Treasure, I don't think you were here when I was telling them, but basically, prior classes, we kind of went through the whole process. This time, we're breaking down the process a little bit to making pixel art, so it's not going to be as like arduous a task. It's going to be more like playing with the tools and like kind of getting a feel for everything. So with that, if you all and whoever's watching the way you win the money is you got to post your image in the chat, and it'll probably be the art chat on the Ghetto Granny Discord. And also there is a chat in the video stream. I feel like there was one at one point. Anyways, is this it? No, that's not it. Anyways,
How do we get
how do you get what?
how do we get the program?
One more time for me. I'm sorry.
How do we get the program? If we supposed to post our artwork, like
Are you
I don't
on
have that.
you on your laptop right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. So yeah, the app that we're gonna be uses is on the internet. So we can just go to website and then we will learn from there.
Okay.
Yeah, and so yeah, as I was saying, just you got to post your art at the end of class, and then that'll put you in a raffle for the crypto, and then there's also going to be trivia questions where you can win a Ghetto Granny NFT or more. So one or more. So what you're going to do is there's going to be 5 questions throughout class. Will and I have the answers, and then I'll just let them know, when we take that little break when we're gonna throw out the questions. But they are multiple choice.
I'm gonna beat y'all. I'm gonna beat the girls. I'm gonna get the
I like it.
answers.
I like it. So yeah, multiple choice trivia questions, and then like I said, I know there's a chat around these parts on this Discord app in the thing, but we'll figure it out as we goes. If nothing else, we'll just have like a little temporary chat or something like that, or maybe Will can take notes.
I can make a channel. I'll make a channel for us.
Okay, perfect.
I'll make a channel for us just specifically for these like submissions and the chat and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, activity chat. So let's start it off with a good old-fashioned trivia question. So you got to get 2 questions right in order to win one, right? But if you get more answers right, then I guess every 2 that you get right, you get an NFT. How's that sound, Will?
So what are the questions based off of something that you showed us previously?
They're related
random.
They're related to pop culture, blockchain stuff.
Okay. Gotcha.
Ghetto Granny Club. Things it's not too hard.
Okay.
Yeah. So but before we do that, let's go introduce ourselves. What we're gonna say is our screen name and one of our favorite. Let's go with one of our favorite books. How about that? I've been into books lately. Normally I talk about video games, but one of our favorite books. So I'll start off. My name's Jamali. I'm an artist and I'm hosting this class. And one of my favorite books is I read Fight Club recently, so that was a pretty good read.
Fight Club.
Fight Club.
Fight Club. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and introduce myself. So I'm Will. Will Haley. I am a software developer. I created the Ghetto Granny Club. Sometime last year, towards the end of last year. I appreciate y'all for being here. I'm learning just like everybody else, whether it comes to coding or artwork or whatever. Just always trying to sponge. And favorite book. Um, I haven't read too many books. One book I did read, I believe it was called The Magic of Thinking Big.
Oh, that's a great book.
Which I believe that was the title, The Magic of Thinking Big, and it's a book about why not have big aspirations to do something? Like why not? Why do you have to limit yourself to what somebody else's aspirations may be, or just say, oh well, you can't never do that. Like why do that? You're not going to make it. Like no, well why not try? When you start
Right.
thinking like that, like that's when stuff starts coming to fruition and everything when you take the initiative to do things. So yeah, that's probably my favorite book.
That's a good one. Thank you.
Okay, I guess it's my turn.
Okay.
Right. Let's see. Okay, my name is Treasure Notes. I'm an artist. I do music. I do production. I'm a musical artist as well as a creator, drawer, designer.
Oh.
I am into. I know about little about the blockchain, crypto, NFTs. I do event planning in real life.
Oh, cool.
Just overall, just wherever I can, put a hand in. And one of the last books I read, and it's been a while now, but it was called the most memorable I could remember. It's called White Power, Black Blood, and it was so good because I'm biracial, so it connected with me a lot. Yes, basically it's by Lori Andrews. Basically, it's talking about a guy that was in prison, a black guy, and he had to endure all of the racist stuff in prison. It was Nazis and all different type of gangs and all that. But he was black, but he was mixed, so he was light complected and he really didn't fit on the white side. He didn't fit on the black side, and they were just showing his journey throughout the prison system. And when he ended up getting out, while he was in there, he had got a hold of some black, activists and everything. So he ended up being. It's been a while ago since I read it, but he ended up being with Huey P. Newton and them when he got out, and it was just a really good book. Yeah, so that was called White Power, Black Blood.
Love it.
Yeah.
Anyone
Okay,
else?
my name is Trina, and I'm with the Ugly Kids Collection. I am a creator, motivator, entrepreneur, mother. And the last book I read, which I'm a book fanatic myself, is called Boundaries.
Oh,
And, yeah. And it goes
say it louder.
It's a good book for me because it teach me say when to say yes and how to say no. Take control of your life. So a lot of us we take on more than we can handle because we don't want to say no or we don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. So we're like, yeah, I can do it, and then we try to fit in what they're doing into our schedule. No, we can't do it, but we don't want to say no. And so Boundaries is a good book for anybody who don't know how to say no.
Cool. Yeah.
Boundaries.
Thank you.
So important.
My name is Meta Ruth from Long Island, New York. Hello. I am a Ghetto Grannies holder for a couple of months now. My favorite person is a Dollar Gram.
Yeah.
I love Dollar Graham. He always gives me confidence in myself. And I've never been able to speak with him on the phone personally, but he's somebody who has impacted my life for sure that I would love to get to know on a personal level, who put me onto this project.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I just absolutely adore and love. Um, and so the last book that I read was How to Unfuck Yourself.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a really good book. It's actually like a top seller. Definitely highly suggest it. And just super happy to be here. And I love this community. And, I'm very, skeptical with any project. I don't like to buy off any secondary market unless I actually know you, because I'm from New York and I gotta know who I'm buying from. So I apologize if I've been any inconvenience, but I love this project 100%, and just super excited that my girls are with me, and we're here, and yeah, thank you so much.
Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, hopefully Dollargram's a man. He's got so many good thoughts and stuff. He keeps getting banned from things. I don't know how. It's
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
like, what?
impressive.
That's hilarious.
They need to give
That
him his
mouth.
profiles back.
That mouth he got that mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it
I
is.
need him. I really need him to, I need to meet him, and it just breaks my heart because I'm making moves in my life and he's been a big supporter.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, you know. But I'm happy to be here with my girls. We
Yeah.
love the ghetto grannies.
We sure do. I have one too. I want more.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Well, y'all can get more. Y'all can get more tonight for sure.
I know, but but when I go on the secondary market, it's like, go fuck yourselves. Is selling this NFT. I says, what? I ain't gonna buy it. You understand? I said, I can't buy from go fuck yourselves. You know what I'm saying? I said, I gotta buy straight from the source. I gotta buy straight from Dollargram. I don't buy from nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's like a 143. Love you. No, no, no. But that's me. Whatever. We're here. I'm happy. So that's all that matters.
That's real. That's real. I mean, again, boundaries. You gotta know. Gotta know how far you'll go, and I don't know
I don't
how.
buy off secondary market unless I know the person personally. That's it. That's
Hey,
how
but
I roll.
that's
I'm from New
see,
York.
that's half the fun of the Web3 space. That trustlessness.
Ain't fun. Not if you get scammed. Hell no, ain't fun.
But on secondary, it's hard to get scammed though. Like especially
No, I
like.
gotta know you. I gotta know you. I
Hey,
gotta know you.
hey, no shade. You do.
I be on the phone with you, like, look, I'm buying this right now. You with me? I gotta be on the phone with you vocally.
Okay.
I'm from New York.
Dead ass. Alright. So, thank y'all so much for sharing. Love those books. Unfuck yourself. I'm gonna write that down.
No, it's a bestseller. It's great.
Another one that I really love is "You Are a Badass" by Jen Sincero. Definitely check that out. So good, so good. Definitely like kind of in the same vein of what of Will's book was about, but just like kind of unfucking yourself as far as like how you think and like how you approach money and projects and stuff. So that's been a great book. All right. We got our literaries out the way. Let's get some visuals going on. But before we do that, let's run this first trivia question. All right, I'm finna post it in the activity chat right now, but I'll also say it out loud. All right, so what? Here's a question. It's multiple choice. What was the blockchain? What blockchain was the Ghetto Granny Club originally minted on? Right. So you got several options. We got Ethereum. A. We got Harmony One. B. We got C, Polygon, and then we got D, Arbitrum or Arbitrium. So you can just pop your answer inside of the activity chat, and then no cheating. You got 30 seconds here.
Where's the activity chat? Oh, there you go.
Wait a minute.
So yeah, here, let me put my timer on.
Wait a minute. All I see is the stream.
Activity. Gotta zoom out.
Zoom
I'm
out.
gonna send a what's the name in the chat.
You gotta zoom out.
I don't know how to zoom out. Let me see.
Y'all don't know how to zoom.
Oh, okay. Here it is. Okay.
Katrina said C, Polly.
Okay.
Yeah, Katrina.
All right, you guys got 20 seconds. Those final answers in.
But where do we type it? Under our name?
Yeah, you can just type it. Just type it anywhere. Not in your name, but if you go out of activities into the other channels, there's one right below Scam Alert that says Activity Chat, and then that is where you'll be. Hey,
Scam Alert.
Who's entering answers and not?
All I see is activities, and then when I click activities, y'all, all of our pictures come back up.
Oh,
I'm gonna do.
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta verify.
You got it?
That's why.
Hey.
Yeah.
Just random people.
I still don't.
Katrina said C.
She said C.
Yeah.
I'll say A, but I still can't type it in. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay. Well, if you can't type it, we'll take your answer down.
Okay.
Physically.
Okay. Treasure notes A. Ethereum.
All right.
That's what I thought.
Treasure says A. Will, what's the answer? Oh wait. We got one. We got one more. In 10 seconds. Someone's typing.
Katrina, you can't do twice.
You can't do it twice.
I deleted it.
All right, Will, what's the answer? You know this one, easy.
Yeah. So it was originally sent to Ethereum originally.
Oh, okay. Great.
Oh, what was it?
Ooh.
Ethereum.
Oh, I got it right.
I didn't get that right.
I had to get up out of there.
Oh man, for real.
Okay, it's gonna be 6,500 for whitelist. To put the whitelist there, I was like, no way.
No. Okay, so it looks like. All right, so who's got a point right now? Who got that right? Ruth.
Yeah.
You got one. Don't worry, y'all. There's 4 more questions. This is fun. Also, Master Vader, you got yours in too, so we'll give you one.
And Treasure Notes got it right too.
Oh, Treasure?
Yeah. I just couldn't write it down.
You yelled it out? Okay. All right, bet. So the fun has begun. Let's get drawing. So next, what we're gonna do? Can y'all see my screen right now?
Let's see.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So what we got is pixelart.com. Now this site is free. I'm sweaty right now. This site is free. There is a lot of good art on there. There's a lot of good, just everything there. But let me just show y'all how it works.
Everything's a bear market right now.
And there's probably some good bears on here as well. All right. So pixelart.com. That's pixil.com. And that is the site that we're going to be using today. Now, this is the homepage that it brings you to when you go to the page. Now, keep in mind, there are many other programs and sites and apps which allow you to create pixel art. So if you're on your iPad or if you're on something else, then just know that you can follow along with most of the other tools, or with most of the tools with what I'm doing today. And mouse is gonna go crazy on me. So if you find yourself like using Sprite or Pixel Studio or any number of other, or like even Photoshop, you can still do a lot of these things here. So this is the home page. You can see all the different types of art that other community members have made. There's this cool like.
I think I'm on the wrong website. I'm sorry. Can you put an activity? Link. I'm in the chat. I'm on the wrong one. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll put it in there. Don't worry.
Thank you. Okay, so here we have we're pixelart.com. This is the home page. Right here at the top it says start drawing, create an account.
Why is pixel art so popular all of a sudden? Why?
Which has
It
talking about.
uh
Folks.
yeah, exactly. So the pixel art, I'll go into like the history of it here in a second and like where it's at right now. But that's a great question.
Okay.
Why is it so popular? I feel like there's a number of reasons, but this is the main site that we're going to use right now. You can scroll around, you can see and get inspired by other people's art, see the techniques they use, see the sizes they work in, see the colors they use. Really just like look at what people are doing, because that's half of being an artist in my perspective. Like you have to be able to observe, have to be able to study, you have to be able to be willing to learn, because there's an infinite amount of techniques, there's an infinite amount of color combinations, I feel like. And so that's just something important. Now, to get drawing, what you're going to do is you can just click start drawing, and that'll take you right to the home page of the drawing board. And for me, I'm already logged in.
Wait a second. You look familiar.
Me? Hold up. Who said that?
Ruth.
Hi, Ruth.
Why you look like Dologram
I don't
in
know.
the PFP?
Who?
I'm gonna send you a contrast of you and Dologram. You two look alike.
Me or Will?
That's not him.
Who would it look like Doc Brown?
No. Number two, I just took a. You two looks alike. You know
That's
what I'm
crazy.
talking about, right?
Me?
Yes.
Us?
Me?
You two. You look like
With the hat on?
Dologram.
Yo, what?
I don't
Are
know.
you Dologram?
Which one?
No. Dologram's voice is deeper.
No, the hat.
I'm gonna send you a screenshot.
Jen is not Dologram. That's
He
not
don't look like. No,
not.
he don't look like Dologram.
Dologram's also dark
I'm
split.
telling you, he looked like Dologram.
We do look a little alike. I'll give you that.
It's like brothers or cousins.
Right.
But have-
Right. And it's crazy that we're both in the same NFT
Who's
space.
gonna win the award for knowing Dologram? What's the winner's award? What are we gonna win for guessing Dologram?
You get a special role. I don't know. I don't know.
You're Dologram.
I'm not. I wouldn't lie to you about that.
That
Just
is
ping him in here
You
and
don't
show
sound
him you're not. I'm not him. Anyways.
he is recording this, Mark Meadow. He's recording the class.
Okay,
And you're
Dologram
talking.
got me here. It's okay. Dologram did a good job. It's not like he did a bad job, whoever Dologram is.
You can. I think you can. Oh, you're not on.
Ryan.
He's not on Clubhouse anymore, so you probably won't see it.
Dologram. Okay, he's not Dologram.
I'm not. Not today, anyways. So, so what we're gonna do is this when you click start drawing, it'll open you up to where you previously were. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the file tab at the top. There's a menu bar there, up here, and then you hit new.
No. Okay, new drawing.
New drawing. And then what we're gonna do is it's already set at 64 by 64, so we're just gonna keep that size right now. And then you just click the big blue new drawing button right there in the middle. And it's gonna, if you have a drawing, it'll say clear it, and then bam. Now we are open. So just a quick tidbit to Meta Ruth's question about why pixel art is important, why it's relevant again. Pixel art is the original, it's the original kind of font, it's the original text, it's the original screen imagery for computers and for coded systems. And so during the late 70s, mid 80s, video games came about, and because the processing power of those systems were not, they were maybe, I don't know, it's incomparable to what we have today, But because there was a limitation to these programming systems and to the processing power of the hardware, there was only so much you could do with creating the art, right? So at this time, there's still, of course, beautifully hand drawn art, like movie posters are out and stuff. And even for the games and for this for the systems and stuff, you would get the box art and it would be like this beautifully detailed stuff. But then when it came down to the actual gameplay or the actual game screen, the um, the characters and the on-screen elements are all going to be pixelated, and that's because it was able to be handled a lot easier than like full-on rendered images. Right nowadays is nothing to have like a fully like high detailed, high resolution image that moves up and down and like goes across the screen and is like animates and like its mouth opens with every word. That's the norm for us, right? But back then, in the 80s and the 90s, and as like Super Nintendo and Atari was coming to to life. Oh shit, no, wrong button. As the Super Nintendo was coming to life, the games were a means of expression and simplifying the characters, right? So if you think about Zelda, or if you think about Cliffhanger, or whatever that game is called, or even Mario, right? Like we know what the main character in essence looks like and all their details, and we know Mario has a mustache and he's got a big old red hat. But when it comes down to the the video game, or the sprite as it's called, when you're the animated element in the game, it's called a sprite. So when it came down to that, it's a matter of it's got to be simple. We don't have the space and we don't have the 8 gigabytes of RAM that we have today. They had like maybe a few megabytes at that, right? So it was just a matter of squeezing all the information that they could into these images and simplifying it in order to get across to the player that, hey, yeah, this is Mario. He's jumping up and down because you can see his arms doing this, right? And when people jump normally, their arms are kind of doing some active motion. So pixel art, it came about and has been up until like the mid 90s or so. It was limited to about 256, maybe 300 colors or so. Then, as the Macintosh and Windows expanded and screens got better, more colors were expanded. And as bigger games and like Nintendo and Sony and Microsoft started developing higher end material or higher end hardware, the processing power got expanded, right? So then with all of that, we see 3D games come to life. We see different shadows and lighting and different combinations of it come together. And so there is still a presence, even though we have all these like AAA 3D games such as Super Smash Brothers, the Call of Duties of the world, the Fortnites, whatever, the big games. Even with that, there's still a community who is connected to the retro aspect and the retro feel and the nostalgia that comes with pixel art and like growing up on those games. So that's what I really connect with. And so now, as there's like these niches of like independent developers that are separate from like the big gaming companies, who are just maybe a team of like 2 or 3 people or the size of this room, who are like working together. One person's an artist, one person's a director, other person, like several of them might code together. It's been a very accessible way to put out art. Now, here comes crypto, here comes blockchain, and again, it's the same thing. If you're going to be storing images digitally, you don't want everything to be super big and super huge and like a 44 megabyte file when you just have like a normal picture of your face, right? And so I'm not really going to get into the specifics of it, but from what I know, CryptoPunks and maybe some other early NFT projects were the ones who really kind of harbored in on the ability for NFTs in the crypto space to really embrace pixel art, because again, it was simple, it was easy to share, it's a small file size, and again, it's not easy to create, but it's easier, it's less time consuming than say a highly detailed painting. So as 2020 kind of rolled around, we get the crypto punks, and then as those blow up, and as the Bored Ape Yacht Club blew up last fall around this, or last summer around this time, maybe just a little bit before then, we started to see a lot of volume come into these projects because there's collectors and there's art collectors and there's like crypto nerds and there's all these people who come from all these different sects of the internet and who are like finding that they find similarities in these apes or in these punks, right, or what have you. And so as that happened, people are like, oh, well, we don't have to do like these highly rendered images all the time, but especially since they're going to be generated and they're going to have all these traits, might as well do them pixelated. And so here we see a lot of highly talented and some not as talented as others doing pixel art in order to do characters for their NFTs, do fonts, do what have you. Now, here we are today where we've seen a good year of thousands of NFT projects launched and a lot of art goes with it. And for me, it was like, well, everyone's digging these moonbirds, everyone's digging these friggin' punks and the punk derivatives and everything. But it's like, who out here besides the artist is really like learning how to do that? So that's where I was like, you know what? Let me teach people how to do it, because I'm already, before this, I was teaching physical classes and doing paintings and painting workshops, which I still do here in Atlanta. But I was like, you know what? Ain't nobody. There's people doing game nights and there's people doing poker nights and like karaoke in their discourse, but ain't nobody teaching me art, or no one's really talking about it like that. So here I am. Here y'all are. We're learning about art, and pixel art has come a very long way. And it's been almost 30, 40 years of people making art and making these assets and sprites and animations, and it's a beautiful tool. It's not as easy as it looks. It can be very easy, but I'm gonna show y'all how to get to a point where it's not daunting, right? Because new art processes can be very scary. So I don't want that to be the case here. I want y'all to feel like it's accessible. I want you to feel like you could show your nephews or your cousins or your partners, like, yo, like, let's have a date night and use this website, and just like we're watching friggin' what's a show that's out right now? I don't know. Someone name a show. What's a show that's out that people are listening? P Valley. Okay, say you're watching P Valley on Stars or whatever, and you're like, hey babe, like, yeah, let's chill, but also I can only invest like half of my energy in this, and like, let's hang out and draw some pixel art, right? And so it's beautiful nowadays because you don't need a desktop. You can do it from your phone. You can do it from your tablet. You can do it from your computer too. But that's what I'm saying. Pixel art's awesome. It's accessible. It's easy to get inspired by, because there's a lot of good art out there. There's a lot of good games out there, and yeah. So that's just a little bit about pixel art, the history of it. It's one of my favorite things. I wasn't even really into it until I found the Ghetto Granny Club. Like, when I started exploring all those traits and like scrolling the open sea back when like all the good ones were available. Not to say that there's not good grannies on the sales floor right now, but there was a whole different like type of selection, because it wasn't like people were full on whales at the moment. So, but at that time in my NFT journey, it was just like, man, this is so cool. And then just seeing other projects come to light and do their thing, it's been amazing. So that's a little bit about pixel art, a little bit about how I got here. I've only been doing this for like 6 months, but I've been doing other art for about 15, 20 years, pretty much since I was in middle school, and I'm 33 now. So yeah, it's been my life. It's been my path. I've gone to school for it, and it's been a lot of fun. So any questions, any thoughts?
No, this is excellent.
All right, great. So let's get to it. Let's go over these tools. Now, we already got one trivia down. We'll probably bust another one out here shortly. So our tools. We got our pixelart.com. We got our hands. We got our eyes. We got a good drink going on. I wish I had a fan in here because it's hot, but it's whatever. You want to be comfy. You want to be in a good space, right? You don't want someone yelling in your ear while you're doing this. It's not going to be fun. You want to find a good chill spot to be. So we got our physical tools. Now our digital tools. We got pixelart.com. We have already opened up this new page. And so a few of the key tools that we're going to use. If you go to the left side of the screen, I feel like you can see that. Let's see if I can do this. Mouse. Highlight. Yeah. Okay. So, moving that out the way. All right. Now, if you go to the left side of the screen, you got your toolbar. Now, this is where all your pencils, your circles, your erasers, your paint bucket fill tool, which fills in a whole color area, gradient, even more, all over here on the left side. Now, on the right side, we got your navigation and other tools menu. I'll probably call it the subtools or something like that throughout the class. But basically, at the top, here, let me draw something for y'all real quick. It's a nice little happy face. Okay, so we got a happy face. Now, you can see over here in the navigation area on the right side, it gives me a preview of my image. So even if I zoom in, I can see and like click around. Come on. I can click around and move and get some details in. So, okay, yeah, I want to add some red to this eye, but not the other eye. And then you can zoom in even further. So you can see each pixel that you're working with. And then you can zoom out, right? And below that is our layers tool. Now this is, if anyone's ever used like a lot of the Adobe Suite programs, there's, how many are there? There's going to be layers. There's going to be layers and there's going to be different options for those layers. Oh, go back to my thing. There's going to be different options for those layers. And I'm going to get into that layer later. But basically what you need to know right now is how to add a new layer, which is the plus button here on the right side, right underneath this 100%. This is the layer opacity. Where that 100% is, that changes how much you're able to see it. So opacity means that it's you can, like a window, right? A window is opaque. So no, a window is not opaque. It's transparent, meaning you can see through it. Opaque means the opposite of that. So it's like looking at a tree. You can't look through a tree, right? It's just, you're just gonna see bark until you like cut it open. So this is that, right? Keep it at 100 to see everything. Lower it down if you wanted to like draw on top of it or just kind of hide stuff for the moment. So there's that. Now, you can also delete a layer and add a new layer. Move it up and down in the layers category. So if I had another layer over here, and this one's just got blue on it, I can hit this little dot right next to it. That'll make it enable and disable, right? So let's get rid of this one. So I just got that layer. I'm going to hit delete. Now, below that, we have our color palette. Now, this is a great place because this is where all our colors live. Now, there's a whole gang of colors down here. And thankfully, here in this app, they are beautifully aligned by both hue, which is the red, purple, green, yellow, and by their lightness, right? So over here, you got these really light colors of, like, I guess it'd be like super light purple, and then right here you got the most saturated purple you can get. So this is actually saturation, right? Saturation meaning how much purple is in that purple, right? Is it a light purple? Is it a dark purple? Is it like a periwinkle? Or is it a light kind of sunset shade, right? This is what our hues are. So that's our colors, and you can see there's a bunch of them there. It's great. Now, if you wanted to, there's a thing that says simple. It'll change your color palette so you don't have to see all those colors, and you can just get a basic overview of these colors. You can also add a new palette in. We're not going to really go over that right now. That's in the next class. We're going to go over colors and stuff in the next class. But or more complex colors. We'll keep it simple this time, just to give it some jazz to it. So I can't do that, but I can do this. If you ever need to clear it, you can just go. Oh, in our last toolbar, no, our second to last toolbar is our menu bar at the top here. So it's got file and then colors and then select, layer, settings, download, unload, undo, redo. If you use most current apps have a lot of these tools already, but just to go over them, the file is where you would make a new image. Also, the three lines will take to the left of that will take you back kind of like to the home, and you can make an account and stuff. And I'm actually going to go back here in a second. We got our file where we can resize our canvas. We can open up a picture and we can download and take this one out. Our colors, again, it's just addressing our colors and what we can do with those. Apply different palettes. You can even absorb a color, whatever that means. I'm still learning this app here. Select. So when we go to select something, we can move it around. We can copy it. We can paste it. We can put it on another layer if we like. We got our layer, which again, oh snap, there's an outline. Oh, what? There's some cool tools here. So we can add filters to it. Like, what does this do? Oh yeah, so if we wanted to like change the color or change how bright or dark it was, that's what that does. We got outline, we can fill it, we can flip it, we can other way flip it. Now our settings, there's a whole bunch here. You don't really need to worry about too much except for download.png.gif. When we get to there, that's how we are going to export this image and get it out of this website, right? Because for the most part, it's just going to live here. It's going to live here until you either log out or until you log back in if you don't create an account. But in order to get it on your computer and share it on Twitter and your socials and get all your friends to be jealous that you took this class, you have to download the PNG. Or if it's animated, then it's going to be a .gif. It's a heated debate whether it's pronounced GIF or GIF. You pick your poison. It is what it is. We're not going to worry about that right now. So, and then download, again, that's exactly where we were just at. That's the main button we need. Undo will take us back a step. Yep. And then redo will bring us forward a step. Simple. And then the bottom area is where the animation happens, but we don't need to worry about that right now. Any questions?
No.
Yeah, good. Cool. So,
well, I do notice that it's different on the phone, so I'm gonna pull up my laptop.
Okay.
Because on the phone it looks different.
It is different on the phone. That is facts. And now if you turn your phone this way, if you turn it landscape way, then it will show all the menu stuff that we are currently looking at in the website. I did learn that. But at the same time, if your screen isn't big enough, you may not be able to scroll on the right side where the kind of colors and layers toolbar is. So that's just something to keep in mind. So here, let me get my timer. Oh, let's go over some of our main key tools real quick. Now, we got our pencil tool. This is a great tool because it's a pencil. It just colors lines and it does the job very well. Now, there's two ways to do this. There's the one way where you just kind of make a squiggle, what have you. And if you got your screen pulled up, go ahead and make a squiggle here. And you can also share your screen here on the Discord if you would like, and I can watch what you're doing. So with this first squiggle, I didn't click anything. I just clicked my pencil tool, and I'll make another one here. And so I just go up and down. You can add some height to it. Oh my God, it's a bear market. So with that, that's a cool tool, but it doesn't really give us the je ne sais quoi of like pixeling that we want. Like now, if I was just starting off and just sketching and starting to draw and just like if I just opened up the app and was like, man, let me just draw something, I would just pick up the pencil tool, no problem, and then I'd create something like, I don't know, this weird snail. All right, so bam. So that looks cool. That's great. I like it. But now I want you to keep your squiggle up there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to right below the menu tool there's going to be right below colors, it says pencil, and then there's a checkbox, and then it says pixel perfect. And then right next to that, it says right click erase. Don't worry about right click erase, but do click the box that says pixel perfect, right? And you can change the size if you want, but just keep it at 1 right now because it's easier to see now this. So what's going to happen is when you draw your wave this time, you can see it doesn't clump up on the areas that are turning around unless you like kind of go back over that, right? So if once you draw that, you'll be able to kind of compare and be like, oh, well, the first one without pixel perfect on it, and you can kind of zoom out. I don't know if you can really see or if it will zoom out even further. Let's do this. Good old Chrome zoom out. No, won't let me do it. Anyways, basically what's happening here is with this line at the top, every single pixel that I touch is putting a pixel down there. Every single part of this grid that I touch with my cursor is like, oh, yep, pixel goes there, pixel goes there, pixel goes there. But when I have pixel perfect on, even though I may touch every single or a lot of these different squares, it's only going to connect them from corner to corner, right? So again, it's not going to like clump up down here at the bottom. That's with pixel perfect off, right? Or pixel perfect on. Now, this is with pixel perfect off. And you can kind of see that it just wants to hang out and pool up there. Now, this isn't a problem. It's definitely a good thing to have this because you're able to sketch out stuff if you wanted to do like a background or like trees or something, or even you were just getting a shape down. It's good to have this, and it's good to be able to sculpt the line in a way. And so when I think about pixel art, I learned that it's more of a sculpting situation than not, right? It's more like you're not so much drawing, but you're more like getting out the extra fluff from this block of cubes in order to get something that you can see, right? So now if I wanted to make this line down here pixel perfect, all I would have to do is get rid of all the pixels that aren't like corner to corner, right? So I would just do that like in this L shape. If I want it to be more rounded out, I just get rid of that corner down there, right? And then as you do that, it's not necessarily every other one, but you can kind of see like it smooths it out a little bit. It's not as like jarring to look at. Like this second one, it's more like, oh, that's nice and like kind of finished. This first one is like, this is a good blobby line. So that's what pixel perfect is. That's what our pencil tool can do, right? And so as you can see, like when I cleaned this area up down here on this kind of downward trending line, as opposed to the one next to it, this one's much cleaner than this one is over here. Now this one could still do the same job in an art piece, but this one right here is much cleaner of a line than this one over here. So what I want y'all to do is we're going to use our pencil tool. We're going to do some warm-ups here. I'm going to back out. Let's just clear this out. So I want y'all to spend a minute here. No, a minute and a half. No, let's go 2 minutes. 2 minutes sounds healthy. 2 minutes drawing some lines. You can make as many don't make less than like 5 lines here, but play around with some lines. Play around with it with pixel perfect on. Play around with a little bit with pixel perfect off. Actually, no, let's do it like this. We're going to do 1 minute pixel perfect on. We're going to do 1 minute pixel perfect off. And we'll start up like that, and then we will repeat that, but just go a little bit longer for a slightly different exercise here. So I'm going to clear this out just on mine. Y'all can keep the same one, or if you want to, you can clear it out yourself. Now, here's a fun little trick to make it extra visible, because it's like this checkerboard, it can be a bit distracting, but I like to pick a nice light kind of neutral color in order to be my background. Normally I go for like a middle gray or a lighter tone of gray, but that's a nice turquoise. All right, so let me see. All right, so everyone get your pencil ready, and then uncheck pixel perfect. So it should not be pixel perfect right now. Yeah, good. Now we're gonna. Oh, let me get my stopwatch going here. Got my stopwatch. So we're gonna run it here for 1 whole minute. No, we'll do a minute 30. A minute and 30 seconds. And during this time, I want you to make some lines. Now you can make a character out of this. You can do whatever you want. But I do want you to just play around with the pencil tool and just kind of get a feel for it. All right? So let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got a minute and 30. I'm gonna draw 2, so you don't feel alone. And then next I'll get some music going. And that pixel perfect or that non-pixel perfect loves to like bend a corner on you. So that's just something to note. Okay.
Wow. Oh my God. That's looking amazing. Wait, what's that? Oh, it's a leg. Okay.
Yeah, he's doing
He's doing a split. It's Gumby.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm definitely drawing Gumby now. 27 seconds. I got the perfect seafoam for Gumby. Let's go.
That looks like Gumby, no?
That one does look like Gumby. Here's so glad
Gumby's leg.
It's his horse. His leg. God. Oh my God, I love Gumby growing up. What do you mean?
Right? Wasn't Gumby life?
He so was, and he had that clay horse and.
Oh my God! I see my face. Why do I look so large on here?
Bam!
I look like I've got implants.
That's time. Okay, so we got a nice little warm up here. They're kind of goofy, but that's okay. Now, before we move on to our next warm up, we're gonna practice exporting this because this is half the battle here. Remembering to get it out of here.
I look like I got plastic surgery.
What did you do?
Wait, you guys see that? Katrina and Treasure? Why do I look like? Huh? Why do I look like I got plastic surgery on my face? I look plastered. Do you see what I'm saying?
Do you have a filter on?
You girls, look. Let me see yours. Y'all see my face? I look like I got Botox. Did anybody see that?
Where? I mean, I don't see how your screen. I'm looking at his screen.
My face looks swollen up in the camera.
Oh.
Y'all don't see that.
No, because look at his screen. How do you?
What'd you do, Ruth?
I don't know. I turned on the camera and I'd be like, oh my God.
You're too close.
My face looks swollen up in the camera.
I've never seen your face before, but I think it looks like a great face right now.
Right. Oh, thank you. I feel like the white chicks in the movie. Remember? They're like, hold my poo.
So great.
You're funny. Okay, so let's export this bad boy. Or bad girl, whatever you drew. So I'm gonna go to download. It's gonna open up this. Oh, okay, and just briefly again. So download is right at the top in the middle, right next to undo. Or you can go to the blue and purple save drawing button. Either one works. So I'm gonna hit download, and then now it's gonna tell you download drawing. It's gonna give you all these prompts and stuff. There's these buttons that you can click. One is for web. One is for Twitter, one is for Instagram, one is for Facebook. Now, you can make it 100 times the size and make it a huge 9K image. We don't need that right now. But maybe we can just set it for Instagram. 10,024 by 10,024. That's a great size. So what we do is just hit the download.png button. Bam. And then my computer makes noises when things downloads. So that lets me know and let y'all know that it's there. Now, you can go ahead and post those in the activity chat. That'd be great. So let us. Oh, dang it. Okay, it's okay. I saved that. Good. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to try the same thing except on Pixel Perfect. So don't worry about having it exactly the same, but I do want you to make a new canvas or clear this one out. Or if you've made an account, just go to new, clear this one out, and go ahead and pick a new background color. And to do that, you can go to the paint bucket tool. Now, another thing is there's keyboard shortcuts for all this stuff. So if you wanted to hit the paint bucket, you hit B. If you wanted to hit the pencil tool, you hit P. You can hover over them and see what you want, and just it helps with your workflow and move quicker through things. So I'm gonna grab my paint bucket tool. I'm gonna go to, I like this purple here. Now I'm gonna fill in that purple. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my pencil tool. I'm gonna make sure that Pixel Perfect is turned on here. I want that check mark checked. I want it to be verified. Now that I got that, I'm gonna pick another color here. I got my colors ready. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is we are going to do the same thing. We're just gonna have some fun with these lines. We're gonna play around with our pencil tool and create something. Again, it doesn't have to be much of anything. You can just make a bunch of lines or a bunch of squiggles or whatever designs you please. But the point is, I want you to just understand how this Pixel Perfect works in comparison to not Pixel Perfect, because it's a difference. And like when you, after you see this, you kind of can't unsee it. Like you'll be able to understand, like, oh man, like some of these people are just making art out here and not even like cleaning up their pixels and making it look good and crisp and stuff. That's what we like. We like good, dope art. Will says me. No, we like good, crisp, clean art around here.
I did not know about Pixel Perfect. I had no idea about this. This is like blowing my mind right now.
It's so legit. Oh man.
But I know about making it crisp. Yeah, I did every single pixel. Like I didn't know about this. This is crazy.
Wow. Yeah, it adds like a whole nother feel to it, right? It's like it almost like it's like the computer made it, but it's like you made it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like, I think a common misconception with pixel art is like people feel like, oh, a second grader could have made that. And aesthetically, sometimes they probably could have. But when it comes to like high level and game level art, this is the type of stuff you're going to see. These pixels are going to be perfect. There are people who are hired to do cleanup on pixel artwork for games. Like that's their whole job. So it's an important aspect of your tool belt to know. So now, we got our Pixel Perfect pencil checked. Great alliteration there. We got our color. We got our background. Now, this time, I'm going to add a whole 15 seconds to it. A whopping 15 seconds. Yeah. Generous. So minute 45.
Got the stars in the background. Stars and hearts.
All right. So, yeah, you should draw some stars and hearts. I might do that. So, minute 45, 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
With Gumby.
With Gumby. So, I'm going to keep that same color. So, let's go. And what I like about drawing Pixel Perfect is it feels a lot more like you're drawing with like a Sharpie or like a pen.
Yeah, but you know how to draw though. See, that's not fair. You know how to see. No, you say you know how to be like, oh, I know Gumby. Let me draw him. I would have to go on Google, take a look, take a double check. You know Gumby off the bat.
I mean, this is a cherished part of my childhood. I hope I remember this guy. What was his name? Horse? His horse's name was like Horsey or something. I don't know. Something generic like that.
See, you know how to draw.
I do.
You know, Exactly. You know how to draw.
But I gotta do it every day. I gotta practice every day, darn near. Otherwise, it'll fall off.
You gotta have a steady hands with the mouse, though. No.
That's the magic of Pixel Perfect. You really don't. You can just kind of make it work and like take your time with it. Because if this wasn't on, then it would just throw a whole bunch of pixels over here. But since it is on, I can like take my time, kind of swoop around. Oh, I forgot my guy doing the June bug here. Oh, now that's too far. All right, 30. Oh no, time's up. Get out of here, alarm. All right, so let me just finish this puppy off here. Boop. He'll have some eyes and the mouth, whatever. All right, now, let's again go to our download. Let's get this out the way here. So again, hitting that blue star button or the download button, keeping it on Instagram size 1024 by 1024 pixels. Hit that blue download.png. It is downloaded. All right, now let's see what we got here. Bam. Oh, duh, I just throw it in the chat. Okay. Yeah, nice. Well, ooh, those are good one. Ugly kids. You just gotta export it a little bit bigger, but that's a vibe. That's a vibe. Okay. Oh, come on. I love it. Okay. So if you go to the activity chat, you can see what I did, what some of our other classmates did. And I can automatically tell, like, which ones, or some of these I can't really tell. Nope, it's this one. This one has the... Actually, I can't really tell. Either way, but if you look at mine, you can see the one that has the gray, that one is not pixel perfect. The one that has the purple background, that one is pixel perfect. Now, they've got their own charm to them, but for me, I feel like the one that's on the purple is a little bit more clear, even though the eyes are different, and even though there's some proportions that are kind of funky. It feels like there's not just like a bunch of random pixels kind of pulled up in places. Now the bottom one, even though it's still somewhat clean, there's still some areas like here in this arm, the gray one, the left arm, that it's kind of chubby, right? And a thing about pixel art that's so important is like every pixel matters, right? Like go into drawing with that mindset, because if you just throw pixels around, you could have, if you look back at my main screen, the art screen that I'm making from, let's see. Okay, so say if you just have this one random pixel up here at the top amidst a sea of like green or purple and stuff, it's like it's gonna draw your eye to that. You're gonna be like trying to figure out like what is that. So now imagine if you have like four of these, like, or five of these pixels randomly placed about and they don't make sense with your character, is gonna be distracting. So again, pixel perfect lines are for clarity, they're for precision, and they're also for crispness. Now, non-pixel perfect lines are great also for sketching out stuff. They're great for kind of just getting the idea out, and you can make your own pixel perfection. Now, that's what we're going to do next. Let's do it. So I've downloaded this. I'm gonna go to, actually, you know what, I'm gonna back out here and I'm going to log in to my account so that we can have some stuff. Okay, while I'm handling this, any questions? Any questions about Pixel Perfect?
No, this is awesome.
Okay, cool. So let's run another trivia question. I got it. Well, would you mind running the second trivia question for me?
Yep, here we go. So the second question right here. Grab it. Okay. Here we go. Question number 2.
Mm-hmm.
This is a like a I'm gonna say pop culture / movie trivia question. So it is: which version of the Friday movie series does not have an agitated elder character?
Yeah, and we'll drop that puppy in the. So we got the we got the options here. So we got, is it A?
It's multiple choice, and I'm like,
what?
I'm like, I think everybody know the Friday movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the choices are A. All right, it's A, Friday the first one. B is next Friday. C is Friday after next. Then D is there's one in every film.
Yeah.
So A, Friday. B, next Friday. C is Friday after next. And D is there's one in every film.
Wait a minute. There's one in every film?
There's an agitated elder person in each. Is there an agitated elder person in each Friday movie? Right.
Oh, okay.
Which one does not have that though?
I've never seen the fourth option, but I would go with option D because I can't put it in the chat.
No, that's okay. That's totally an option.
Yes.
Okay.
Was that Treasure?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Got a few more seconds here. Everyone get their answers in. And just for anyone who's joining us, you got to get 2 trivia questions right to win an NFT.
We're in Washington, D.C., and I'm out of uniform, but let's go talk to some comedians.
I'm Yannick.
And what do you do?
I'm a comedian. Well, it depends, like, it could make range.
All right, everyone got their answers in? No cheating. Okay, so Treasure got her answer in. Ugly Kids got their answer in. Meta Ruth. Who else? Lil Dran, and Z.PNG. If y'all participating, you got another 15 seconds to get in the answers for which Friday film does not have an older, angry character. If you haven't seen the movies, I highly recommend them. Grab a drink, grab a buddy who likes silly movies, and
how do you submit the answers in?
Oh, go to the activity chat right above this chat channel, and then you can see. Oh, bam! There it is. Where's fucking bugs coming from? All right. I think everybody's got their answer in. So the answer is D. The answer is D. There is an angry older person in every single Friday film. Yes. So almost, Maru. Almost. So that means Treasure got one. Dren, you got one. So Treasure, you already got an NFT. Congrats. You got a whole new granny on the way for you. We'll get that to you after class. And then I guess we'll figure out a way to get your address as well. So awesome.
I'll check and see if I already have it. I'll see if I have it already.
Cool. Will's on it. Now, Ghetto Granny Club. Angry grannies. Some of these lines, I'm looking at y'all's activity chats and or some of your drawings, and like Ugly Kids, like here's a great example of, hers is a great example of how that pixel perfect really makes a difference. I can see in the green heart with an arrow through it, it's a lot more like meticulously done, right? So that's what pixel perfect gives us. It gives us that meticulousness. It gives us that we care about our art feel. Now, okay, so I got this. I got this done. Let's go to another tool. So today's all about lines and shapes. Oh, God. Now, we're going to switch over to something a little different. Now, line tools. Now, below our eraser, back on pixel art, below our eraser is the line tool. And that's a shortcut number L. So this is a beautiful tool because it basically, it pixel perfects, but in a straight line, right? So here it is. Now you can hold shift to have it be locked to an angle. So it can be like 45, 35, whatever. I don't know. But you can click and drag it and you can drag it all the way across the screen. And here it is, super straight. Beautiful. But if you bring it down one, you can see that it starts to do this pixel perfect thing in the middle where just the corners connect. That's cool too. Now, if I were to draw an angle, like from one corner up here to the other one, without holding shift, then what it's going to do is it's going to draw this line in steps. Now, these lines, all lines work in steps, right? So whether it be a straight line, whether it be this slightly dipped line, or whether it be this curved line, or even holding shift down and dragging, creating line, it can be, let's do it like this one. This one's a good line. It can be a diagonal line, right? But everyone's got steps. And you don't really have to think about it so much when you're drawing straight lines because it's just one next to the other, one next to the other, one next to the other. No problem. Cool. Now, when you start to deviate into curves or especially diagonals, you're going to have to, it's not really math, but you're going to have to just do a little bit of planning, right? So one way to do that is you can use the line tool. Now it's got everything already planned out for you. And again, so if you drag a line across the screen and hold down shift, it will pixel perfect that line. Even still, if you're not holding shift, it's still going to pixel perfect it, but it won't hold the same ratio. And what I mean by that is that when, okay, starting off at this kind of middle area here, this diagonal line looks pretty bomb because it has two pixels here, then it shifts down 1 pixel, then it's another 2 pixels, and I can zoom in. Yeah. Where does it go? Where'd it go? Yeah. Then it goes another 2 pixels down, over, and then down, then 1, 2, then down, 1, 2, down, 1, 2, down. And so it's basically a perfect line. There's nothing wrong with it. In essence. Oh, Jesus. Okay. But a similar line, I'm not holding shift down for this, but I'm still doing about the same angle, just slightly off so you can see here. Now, this line is similar, and it could be this. They could be part of each other, right? This could be part of a whole shape. But what you see here is it goes 1, and then it drops down 1, and then it's 2, and then it's 1, and then it's 2, and then it's 1, and then it's 2, and then it's 1, and then it's 2. Now this is cool, but maybe we're doing something else, and we just drew a line itself that just kind of made itself like this one, this big third one here. So this one starts off 1 1, and then it's 2 pixels, and then it's 1 1 1 again, and then it's 2 pixels, then it's 3, then it's 2, then it's, so basically the more even your steps are, the more perfect your line is going to look. That's the gist of that. There are different reasons and methods why you would want your lines to look different and to be either like kind of perfect like this or not. So let's put this into practice. What we're going to do is we're going to make a cube. I got some beautiful lines up here, and I'm going to make a cube 2 ways. first we're going to make one with my line tool. So y'all can follow along here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick a spot, and then I'm going to draw a short line. I'm not even going to really worry about where it is, how long it is. I just want a nice line. Now, going from this bottom one here, I want to basically mirror that line, and you can use the grid or the squares on the grid here to make sure everything's good. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm looking, you can't really see my hand doing it, but I'm looking at the different steps that are going here. So as I'm dragging this one up on this right side, as I'm doing this, I'm looking at the other side to make sure that it's even. Now, there's plenty of ways that you can do this. I mean, you can just delete the extra one that you don't need, but in essence, you want them to be about the same, right? So you get 2 lines. Get out of here. Get that out the way. Okay, you got 2 lines. Whatever, bro. Bam. There we go. These lines are one going this way, one going the other way. Great. Now, I'm going to go back to my line tool. They're about even here. They're both stopping at this pixel, so I can just kind of go straight over and hover over with my pointer tool. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to let's do this the easy way. Actually, no. Let's keep going. Let's make a cube. Let's make a square first, because to make a normal square, that's easy. You ain't got to do nothing. You just drag your tools, and then you got a square, right? Super easy, no problem. But if we wanted to shift our square or put it on a plane of existence that is not just the XY axis, which is X going across and Y going down here, if we wanted to shift it and have it give it a more 3D look, this is where we would do this. So let me get this other square out the way. Now, basically, the trick to this is, no, there's 2 ways to do it. No, I'm going to show you how to do it with a line first. Don't worry about the other ways. Of course, you can copy and paste it and flip it over so it will be the opposite. But we want to just kind of get our line practice going. So to do this, am I even not the right one? Yeah. Basically, you want to make sure whenever you're drawing your rectangles, you want to make sure that there is a nice little gap here between your where your lines would start, right? So you don't want them to touch like this. That's not ideal right now. As far as the outline goes, we just want the outer edge of this rectangle here. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right at the top. We're gonna connect this last line. So now, if you go around this rectangle or this diamond, whatever you want to call it, and you look at it, it's got 2 at the top, or it's got 3 at the very top. Then it's got 2, 2, 2, 2, and then 1. And then it switches back around 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Now, I may have done this wrong, but this is the essence of building a cube. Now, let's use our tools. Now I'm going to go to my select tool. All right. Select tool right below the kind of turkey paster color dropper tool and the 4-way arrow move tool. Select, or S. From there, I can click and drag over the diamond I just made. And when you do that, it's going to pull up a little tool menu on the canvas, and it'll have an A for whatever that means. It's got, so what? Oh, what's up, Daniel? It's got this A here at the top. It's got 2 papers, and then it's got like a clipboard paper, and then a scissor. What I want to do is I want to hit the 2 papers. That's going to be copy. Now, you can also use your normal keyboard shortcuts like Control C or Apple C, Control V. these will do your copy and paste tools. But now that we're in the app and we're just figuring everything out, what we're going to do is we're going to go to tool over here on the right side. So there's tabs. The first one that starts you off is on navigation, and it's preview. That's where all your layer, colors, all that jazz is. Below that is the layer tools, or the layer tab. Now this affects the layer in various ways. Options tool, several different options, but we want to go to tool tab. Now at the very top of that, it says paste, and then in parentheses, Control V. So again, confirming you can use your keyboard shortcuts. I'm just going to hit that paste. Now, it's going to throw my image right back in the middle of the canvas. Totally cool, totally fine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to align these two, my first rectangle and my second rectangle. So this is not aligned. This is not aligned. It's possible, but it's not aligned. I just want the two at the bottom, or the pixels at the bottom, to match the pixels at the top here, so that they are even Stevens. All right. So now we're going back to our line tool, our old trusty line tool. And then I'm going to switch up to my preview tab just so I can see everything. Okay, I click my line tool and I'm ready to go. Now what I'm going to do is, you guessed it, I'm going to connect this stuff. So I'm going to start out at the left side. So left side, we're going to just click right where that far edge pixel is, drag our line straight on down. Now again, if you wiggle it around, you can see that it starts to do stuff and gets the ratio off. We want to keep it just one straight line. Bam. We made a side. Now moving into the middle, right as the middle of, now we move all the way down here and we're in these middle three. I don't want the middle one here because I've already got, I did my ratio wrong. But so if it was 2, I would want it on the furthest one. It won't be 1 at this point, or at this scale. There's ways you can do it where you can do like 2, 2, 1, 2, whatever. We're not going to worry about that. We are going to, though, click on the furthest pixel in the center, right? On this top rectangle here. And then I'm going to drag that down to meet the furthest pixel on the bottom center. All right, so right up here to right down here. All right. Now, last one. We're going to move over to the right side. Over here, we got a lovely right side in pixel. So I'm going to click here and have my mouse work and then drag it right to the bottom. Now, what do we have here? We have a lovely cube. This is great. This is the essence of so much stuff. We can, okay, no, come back. All right, I got rid of those other lines just so you guys can see this one. So I'm going to hit my move tool and I'm going to move this to the center so y'all can see it.
Okay, so
yeah,
I don't know why. See, if you wouldn't have told me how to do it, somehow I would have figured out, or something in my mind would have told me to put a line somewhere in the back. Then I would have messed it up, right? See that back corner that looks empty? Way up at the top.
Up here?
That one. It seemed like I would have put a line down, but then I would have messed it up and it probably wouldn't have been a cube.
Now, you're actually not wrong, because let's do this. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to hit my select tool. Take it off lasso. I'm going to select that square. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it. So now I have 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to use my paint bucket tool, just to fill in this side here. So it's kind of visible. And I could, if I really wanted to do it, get rid of these back ones. And I think I'll do that real quick. So I got that, and then I will get rid of these ones here. And as you start to click through them, you like realize like, oh, I just got to go 2 then down, 2 then down, or 2 then up, and 2 then up. Like, and it starts to, it's really pattern heavy. So now here we are. We got 2 sides of our box. One side, the other side. Now, if we wanted to, I believe Treasure, if we wanted to get this final line here in the middle, is not wrong, but it just has to be in the right timing, in the right place, right? So again, as this line here was on the furthest one to the right, because just as how we're looking at it, our other line that's going to indicate the middle of, oh my God, the middle of the back of the box, or this back corner here, is going to be on the far left. Okay, mouse. Boom. Right? So now we can start to see, if I can fill this in. Oh, it's not the right color. It's freaking blue. Right? So now it kind of fleshes that out a little bit more. Now it's open, but it's also closed, right? So if you were to do that, that wouldn't have been wrong, but you just have to make sure that if you're going to have the inside open, you don't want it to be confused by these other lines that are going to be in the background. So maybe just get rid of those first and then go from there. Now, let's do that again. But this time, we're just going to go straight through it. And we're just going to go straight through the lines. And so we're going to make a few boxes here. I'm going to make a few tall ones, maybe a few short ones. What am I doing here? I'm just going to make a new layer. Easy. All right. Yeah, give me that. Now, you may think, Jamali, can't we just do this with a square? I mean, technically, yeah, you could. It's just a few more steps. To do that, you'd have our square. You got to select it, though. And then we can rotate it. Oh, if my mouse is acting right. So we would just grab once it's selected, you just grab the top middle. Oh, my goodness. I got to get a new mouse, y'all. This is not the bee's knees. So then, yeah, you can select it. And thankfully, it will. See what it did? You don't want that. What it did was it made part of it lighter, part of it darker, right? Part of it was the original blue that I had, and part of it is a whole new blue that it made just because it's rotating in such a small space. This is cool. It's tight, but when it comes to like being practical and like doing stuff, we can't take this. It don't look like this. Like it looks kind of fuzzier, right? And it doesn't give you that same effect of like, oh, this is actually in perspective. This is actually going away from me. It feels like it's the lighting on it is weird. So yes, you can rotate a square, but it doesn't work the same. It just doesn't. So with that said, let's make some more boxes. All right. So do this, and then we'll pop into another trivia question. Then move on to something else. Make a little character. All right. Circles are basically the same thing. Just real quick, you can see that it is a pattern. It is a matter of going up to a point, going back down to a flat, going up to a point, down to a flat, repeating until infinity. Right, but that is what gives you the essence of a circle. And if you look inside of my my navigation window over here, you can see that the circle looks a lot more circular than it does here. But imagine if there was like all these like kind of extra chunkies and extra pixels in the pixel where they're called jaggies or doubles or whatever. With that, now it's cool stylistically, but if I wanted just a nice perfect circle, this ain't hidden. This ain't it. So thankfully, circles, they rotate no problem in this because it's literally the same kind of thing going on. um, around the circle. Oh, or does it? Yeah, it does. Totally. It's totally chill. But squares are different because they're having to shift, down, move, axis, all that stuff. This is more, it's a circle. I don't know how else to put it. Okay, so let's get rid of that layer for now, or just unhide it. Okay, so here we go. Let's make some more rectangles. Make some more isometric stuff. So I got my line tool. Now here, you don't have to pick black. You can pick whatever color you want to. I'm going to pick green. I like this green color. It's like a dark seafoam green. Okay, so, oh no, let's do it like this. Let's do it by scratch first, and then we can make another one from the lines. So what I'm going to do is, I got my green color. I'm just going to pick a nice point, and this is going to be a 2, 2 rectangle. So I got 1, 2. Then I go down a pixel. Then I go 1, 2. Then I go down another pixel. They go 1, 2. One more, 1, 2. And then let's go a fifth one, 1, 2. All right, now that we're here, the last time I did it, there was a third one here. I don't need that. We're just going to keep it square. A lot of puns there, but we're just going to keep it square. And then 1, 2, right up from the corner of this one here. So ain't no space. It's just pixel perfect connection. 1, 2, then I go over, far right side, 1, 2. Then I go up from there, 1, 2. And then finally, 1, 2. Now, again, we can select and copy this, but for the sake of learning, we're going to do this physically, or do this by hand, okay? So, I'm going to start off on the other side here. So, right from the inside one of this edge right here, I'm going to go up 1 and then 1, 2. Now, again, remember what I said, you want this gap to be here for your squares and for your isometric rectangles, or for your lines. Now, this being able to do rectangles and being able to draw lines that are very nice is a good part of the pixel art progression, because you don't want wonky lines. Yes, things are not super perfect in real life, but because it's such a strict limitation of a medium here, you want it to look about as crisp as it can get. Crisper than some Popeye's chicken. So that's what we're going for. So again, I just went up 1, hit 2 pixels. Up another one, hit 2 pixels. Off the right side, up 1, it's 2. Now I'm in the middle, 1, 2, bam. Now I'm going to go back down towards my other side. 1, 2. Take it down a pixel. 1, 2. Take it down a pixel. 1, 2. There we have it. We have this lovely diamond. Okay. Now, let's finish it out. I am going to let's just pick a size. So the easiest way to draw the top of this, is to just go up however many pixels you want. Now you can have it be super short, you can have it be very tall. I mean, somewhere in the middle is kind of best, because you want to be able to see what you did here before, if you're not confident. So let's just start out. But here I like to start in the middle. So I'm going to start 1, 2, just because it's easier to line these up. Like this, there's only 1, and it's just going to take a lot. But I'm at 2. Ooh, Tezos is down. Man, everything's taking a hit right now. No worries. So I got these 2. Then what am I going to do? Anyone know? You got it. We're going over to the to the left, up 1, and then I'm gonna hit 2. What'd you say?
I said copy and paste.
Nope, we're not copy and pasting just yet. I want you to get the basic concept first. But that is what we would do. I mean, it's super easy. Just select it, Control C, Control V, and then I can just drag it to wherever I need to be. And maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll have a second layer, but I want right now to work on the main one. So then I go up 1, over 2. Oh, that is not the right thing. I'm playing around in the Discord. 1, 2. 1, 2. and then 1, 2. So now if I were to draw a line from here to here, they connect. That's exactly what I want. Not going to do that just yet because I want to finish out my diamond shape. So I'm going to go back to my middle, up 1 from that right side, 2 pixels, up 1, 2 pixels, up 1 more. Oh, that's too far. And then that's 2, and then 1, and then 2 more, up 1, and then 2 more pixels. Now, you guessed it, we're going to have to do the same thing on the top just to get that same line here. So starting out the left side, go up 1 from the right, 2. From the right, up 1, 2. Right, 2. Now we're at the middle, so these are 2. And yes, they are the middle because these align. That is what we want. We want the alignment. Now, let's go to over here. Other side, down 1 from the middle ones, over to the right, 1, 2. Down, 1, 2, down, 1, 2, and it is connected. Perfecto. So, from here, we got options. We can draw 2 up top. We can connect them. Oh, snap. That is not what I want. You can make a pyramid just by connecting. Oh, come on now. Bam. You got a pyramid here. Now, I have 3. Now, again, you can just hit copy and paste. And you can add as many of these as you want, right? Maybe you have... But don't confuse yourself. Keep it simple. Start out with a little bit of space between them because once you start to get up in here, in this area, you're going to have to really know what you're doing. You're going to have to know okay, there's one over here, there's one over here. So it gets a little heady. But for now, you can make a pyramid on top of them. Did I do this right? No, but we're not going to be concerned right now. Oh, because it's the wrong pixel there. That's not supposed to be there. Maybe it is. What did I do? It doesn't matter. That's 1 right there. That's how we can top it. Or, let me move this out the way because that's distracting me. Or we can just use our line tool and connect these. Connect the outside edges first. And then, remember what I said? We want the middle one on whichever. Okay, so if we wanted to see it from this way, we put the line on this side of the middle, right? Because this way it would show us that this side over here on the right, it's got more face showing to us. It's got more of that side of the box. But now if we did it the other line, then that would say, oh, to whoever's looking at it, this side is the left side is the one that has more visible space on it, right? So that's what you can do there. I'm just going to keep mine the same side on each one. Boom. I'll even connect these top ones here. Actually, I will not at the moment, just to show y'all what we're going to do here. So now we got our square. It looks good. It's nice and symmetrical. It's about as symmetrical it can be besides this middle line. Now, I'm going to grab my eraser tool. Maybe I'll copy in this one and paste it just because. Copy, paste. Boom. So now I got an empty one and I got this one I'm going to edit over here. It's always good to have a nice extra of whatever you're drawing. So I'm going to delete or erase with my eraser tool up here right next to my pencil tool here. And click that bad boy. You can change the size of the pixeling. Don't worry about the strength right now. But you can change that and just get rid of these middle pixels. So now all we have right now is these 3 sides or faces of my box or my cube. And here's where you can have fun. You can grab your color tool and you can pick which side has the most light on it. So you can just fill that one in. Okay, that side is the most light. Now I'm just going to go grab a green that's slightly darker. Maybe not all the way dark. Oh, that's exact green that I was just using. That's cool. I'll leave that there. And then let's go with a really dark green. Right? So I'm not going to get into the logistics of how to make all these shadows look super perfect. But this is the essence. Now, if you can look up here in my navigation screen or your navigation screen, you'll see it doesn't look half as like clunky as it does when it's zoomed out. And that's the magic of it. That's the magic of like pixel perfect. That's the magic of being able to have our lines coalesce and be like nice and crisp together. So we got some cubes. Now, if I want to make my 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 pyramid at the top, the same principles apply. I want to connect the top and middle at the same point. One over here, the second one over here, and I do not know why this is. Oh, you know what? It's actually supposed to be like this, so I'm not gonna sweat it. Two, two, two. No, it's this one. It's this one. See that? See this one here? This one pixel was ruining it for everybody. That's not what we want. So we need a second one right there, and then this one goes away. This one goes away. This one goes away. This one goes away. This one goes away, and this one goes away, and then we go back to my green. Oh, you know what? Yeah, because it's completely different. It's like one up, then two, then two. Oh, something like that. the pyramids just show you how you can top it. But for the most part, what you need to know is that having these equilateral sides in these equidistant areas will give you a really nice cube. All right, and so you can, if you want to see through your cube, you can just leave the lines there, no problem. If you don't, you can erase them and it'll be more of a solid box, right? So that's a little bit of that. Let us take a quick break. First, we're gonna run more and more trivia, and then I'm gonna take a break here, get some supplies. Anybody got any questions about that stuff?
Yeah, who's got questions?
Yeah, who's got questions? There's no bad questions.
I'm lost when it comes to coloring.
Don't worry about that. Just pick one light color, one medium color, and then one dark color, and that should be your guide. As you.
I did. How do I do it though? How do I pick a color?
Oh, so what you do is okay, easiest steps. I would just go to my bucket tool. So that's right next to the square tool, or right below the square tool, and right above the move tool. So the arrows, and right next to that turkey baster. So I hit my bucket tool. Now on the other side, or you ain't even got to go to the other side. At that same toolbar, there's two squares. There's one that's going to be a color, and there's one that's going to be white. And if you hover over it, one of them says primary color, the other one says secondary color. You can click between the two to change them. But if you click primary color, it'll bring up this little color square code situation, and it has a picker where you can choose the color that you want. Now, the most potent color is going to be on the top right. The color with the least hue and anything in it is going to be on the top left. That's going to be white. Now, both bottom colors are going to be black because they're the darkest. But if you go up on the right side, that's where you're going to find your colors, right? And they're not going to be the funky like halfway blends like pastels and stuff. Like you're sure on colors are going to be on that right side, just all the way connected to the right side of the square here. So then you can drag up and down on this little slider next to it, both sliders, and they will transition the hue from red, purple, yellow, green, orange, whatever that color may be that you want. So again, the more punchy and like vibrant the color you want it on the right side in the right top corner. The everything else for your color, if you want it darker, if you want it lighter, if you want it close to white, if you want it really close to black, that's going to be every other area of this square, right? So just a simple color navigation. Now, once you do have your color, you got your paint bucket tool selected. And then here you can just go and then click or tap, whichever means you got right now. Click in the area that you want to fill in. And now it will fill in darn near everything sometimes. We're not going to really worry about the tolerance so much, but we will we'll just focus on the colors right now. So I got my one darker purple. I'm just going to pick a lighter purple. So basically if I was at the right, I just brought it over till about the middle of this color grid square here. Make sure that's selected. And then I can fill in these areas and see, okay, yeah, this is totally a different color. This gives me like Alpha Kappa Alpha vibes. Cool. Now, here's another thing. If you say now, we got this green outline and it is pixel perfect. And the only thing about pixel perfect lines is that when you want to go and color them, it's only going to select this part, right? It's only going to select these pixels that are actually pixel to pixel close to each other and connected. Oh my God, I just like blew dust in my eye. Okay. But now if we go to all similar colors up here under the menu bar, right under settings, there's a checkbox for all similar colors. We click that. Now, if I go back over to my canvas and I click these two pixels that are perfectly connected, oh snap, it changed them all, right? Because it said I want all the similar colors. I don't want everything that's in my file that is that color. You're going to change it, computer. And so that's what happened. You can always go back by undoing that. But this is great for when you have like a situation similar to this. Say you wanted to in this lower area here. Maybe you're like, oh well, I want it to look like the bottom is like see-through. Oh, see those are connected. So you have to be aware of what's connected to what. Right? So it'll only select those. But if I wanted to say if I wanted to just do these ones over here, if I wanted the whole outline of this square to be purple, don't you mind the rest of this. I just click all similar colors. This works if you were using Photoshop or Illustrator, it would be called contiguousness, right? And so if contiguous was on, it would be like the ones that are contiguing and contiged. I don't know if that's a word, but whatever. Contiguous. That basically means that they're touching.
You're doing an amazing job, by the way.
Thank you.
You're doing an amazing job. I mean, this is amazing. Like, this is like the best education of pixel art that I've had. I just want to let you know, like, I'm just so happy to be part of this community. So thank you so much for dedicating your time to do this. This means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all. I mean, I couldn't do it without people to teach. So, I was ready to just teach me and Will how to do this, but y'all showed up, so it's fantastic. So here's a little happy face. Thank y'all. Let us, if I don't have any more questions, we can move on to trivia and then take a little break here and then come back and make something fun. Any other questions? Did that answer your question about how to pick colors?
Whose question was that about the colors?
I think Ugly Kids had asked a question about how to pick colors and how to choose different colors. I think she got it.
How do you want to save it or no?
Yeah, let's save it. Let's save this one as we move towards the next session. So again, so I can go to save drawing or download. I noticed that some of y'all had exported them small, so don't forget to hit the Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook button. Now, if you had none of these selected, this would be the natural size for your drawing. So it's not going to be as big as it is on your screen. It's going to be actually 64 by 64 pixels. So if you do that, sometimes when you export it, or it shows up in like your phone gallery or something, it's going to come up all blurry, and you shouldn't be worried because it's at its true resolution. But if you wanted to see it without the blurriness, it's always best to scale it up. And in tidbit in terms of 2, so it'd be like 8, 16, 14, whatever, in terms of 2. So I always go for a nice times 16. That gets me good, especially at this small scale. And then I hit download PNG. It's done. Can drop it in the activity chat, and we will let's actually take a break first, and then we'll come back with trivia.
Wait, what time zone are you in, Moose?
I am in, where am I? I'm in New York time right now.
Oh my god, that's my time zone.
Hey.
So, isn't this like kind of late for you? I know.
A little bit. I'm a night owl.
Are you? Okay. Mm-hmm. I usually go to sleep by like 8 p.m.
Oh, geez.
But this is good though. No. Okay. This is good.
Okay.
This is, yeah.
Getting loose on the weekend.
I know. Katrina be pushing me. Katrina, she be pushing me. She's like, girl, we got work to do.
We got work.
Uh-huh. Let's get it. Come on.
Wait, but I do have a question.
Let
me ask you a question. Now, okay, because I love my ghetto grannies, yes. Right? Like, I love my ghetto. We don't need pixel art. Right. Now imagine a ghetto granny with pixel art. Okay, that would be hot. But we don't need ghetto granny pixels, because ghetto granny is hot as ghetto granny. We don't need pixels. We don't need. But okay. But if we had a ghetto granny that was pixel art, that shit would be hot. But we don't need pixel art to be ghetto granny hot. But my question is, why is pixel art so hot? I feel, okay, within the last 2 weeks, there's been a hype of pixel art. Is there something going on with pixel art hype in the last 2 weeks?
I mean, maybe someone else could speak on this who's been like around the NFT streets. But for me, what I've seen is that the easier it is to pump the art out, the easier it is to make profit, right? So now that's not a complete and total rule, but it's going to be easier to get out your project if you don't have to spend 40 hours drawing each character, right? So for something like a more anime style like Azuki, those are I wouldn't say it takes more time, but just knowing line art, it's going to be more. It's just going to be more to do. Pixel art, and they're bigger. Pixel art is small. It's you can, again, like, changing the colors is just a matter of clicking these different squares, right? So if you have a piece that's 32 by 32 pixels, that's, I don't know, some amount. It's not over like 3 times 3 is about 330 pixels ish, right? Total that you got to cover. So that compared to a piece that's like 4,000 by 4,000 pixels is much bigger, and it's going to take you much more time to fill in that space if that's the type of art that you're doing. But I've seen that pixel art is just making these mints and these NFT projects hyper quick to put out, and relatively small to store either on chain or wherever you're keeping them. Plus,
that makes sense.
Yeah, plus the punks, the crypto punks was like one of the first major art projects that kind of pushed it into it. And I think also it just kind of is part of like the Web3 culture. The Web3 and like the blockchain is very code heavy. It's very technologically based, and pixel art is just so very intrinsically code. It's like what we see all of our screens in. Like, but this here, it's like on the macro level. So I think it's just a kind of the nature of the art style that is.
But I do have a question though.
Yeah.
Isn't it like, just imagine, right? Can't you just take a picture of yourself and upload it to Canva and put pixel over it?
Yeah.
And edit and customize it in a pixel filter thing and pixelate pictures of yourself or so forth?
Yeah, you totally can. It's not the same. It's
I want to do that inside of this program. Upload a picture or upload a logo and picture.
And that's totally valid too. But the thing is, it will. I wish I could show y'all. Like, there's just sometimes it just does not read the same, right? It just doesn't. Let me see if I can show you here.
Like the edges and stuff, like the edges,
Exactly.
the crevices.
Exactly.
It's too good.
Katrina's like, I'm gonna upload a picture in Canva and we gonna do.
I mean, please do, because.
But you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, a block is a block is a block.
It is, no? But does that block have soul? Right? Does it look like you just put it in Canva, or does it look like someone actually put time into?
I'm gonna send you a picture of my last pixel art. Let me see.
Yeah, and not to say that those Canvas don't have soul. Like, if the original picture is like good and you do a good job of like pixelating it, like there's parameters you can put in. That is.
I like that word, parameter.
Yeah,
I like that word. That's a good word, parameter. Where's the chit chat? Where's the chit chat?
Activity chart. Here,
let me see. Chit chat.
Oh, those are great, ugly kids.
Oh, wait, you know.
Okay. Let me see if it's on here. Yeah, here we go.
What? Can you see my screen?
Let me look at it.
Oop.
No, you're good.
Can you see?
Come on. There we go. Oh, wait, that's mine. That's my screen. You took your screen away. Okay, so here's an example of. Okay, now this is actually relatively decent. I'm not gonna hate on this so much, but this is obviously not the original Azuki's. So the original Azuki looks like this. And this is a great site if you ever want to study a successful project and see how they do their traits, see how they do all types of stuff. This would be considered blue chip, whatever that means. It just means it made a lot of money and people still rock with it. That's what basically blue chip means to me in the NFT space. It doesn't mean like they're the most groundbreaking or anything like that, because one of the dudes from Azuki actually was like, yo, I actually rugged a few communities before I did this one. So right, it's like, ain't nobody perfect, but they had success as far as being able to attain and maintain their audience. So with these ones, you can see actually these pixel Azukis did a great job of kind of translating this, but you can see like this is detailed. This is someone had to do sketches of this. Someone had to do revisions of this. Someone had to figure out the colors. Someone had to do complete like line work, clean up, all that stuff. And then it had a director probably was like, yeah, no, you probably got to change this back hair tuft or something like that, right? Well,
what about this?
Oh, you're streaming. Let me see it.
This is my friend. This is my real friend in real life. Okay. Fez. His name is Fez. He made a Twitter. Meta Fez. He sells solar with me. We sell solar. This was a picture of him. Don't laugh, but I did this pixel art in Canva. I think it looks great.
I think it's unique for sure.
No, wait, come on. Don't be so sweet. Don't it look like The Mask? The movie The Mask?
It does look like The Mask. Is his head normally that shape? That's the question I have.
I know I fucked with it on purpose, but he left it on purpose. We left it this way for laughs.
See, yeah. I like that. Now, hold on, let me click this again.
But that was okay. If you would have seen his actual face before this face, so I stretched his face out, and I'm sorry. This is too. Is anybody else laughing at this?
I like what you're doing here, and I like the example because it's important that we know how to do this. Oh shit! Get in the way here.
No, I did this a little bit on purpose too.
I think the only thing is that some of the details are getting lost, like in his mouth and the eye. That back eye is pretty good, but the front eye doesn't feel as consistent. Maybe it's because you like modified it a little bit, and it looks like his hairline is receding a little bit, just because of the way that's fading. And then there's like these yellow specks around the edge of it. So, in essence, it's good. It's a good piece. I think if you were to do this on your own and to kind of use this as a model of what you wanted to do, it would come out a little cleaner. And if you were to continue on this path, it would just be a matter of like, okay, how clear do I want these pixels when I am doing this in Canva? How and then two, you got to make sure it's not a super big picture as well. You got to make sure that it can't be like 4,000 by 4,000 because that's just way too big. If it was 100 by 100, then you have a little bit more room to play and be like, oh, okay, well, I pixel art basically is simplifying it, right? So that does simplify it, and you could even go further and just kind of get his eyes in there, and you can make it your own. You know, you can add a little mouth, throw in a hairline.
I mean, like, you think I should put the dots closer in his eyes, like make his eyes a little like more dark?
I think, yeah, his eye definitely needs some darkness to it. So where that kind of area is, just give it a little bit.
Right. He needs a little bit more depth.
Just well, it's there. It's just it's like it's out of focus. That's what's happening for me.
Right.
So if this same image, if you were to do this or to export it at a smaller scale, then I think it would come out a lot clearer. And you'd be able to see like his mouth and like see a really crisp line around his beard. So yeah, using Canva, using another app to like make some stuff and give your character life is good. And then if you maybe want to take it a step further and add some of your own details that we learned here, that is a great way to just kind of add some good sparkle to it. So with that said,
thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. With
thank
that,
you so much.
We are gonna take a 5-minute break here. Y'all get something to drink, run to the restroom, what have you, and then we're gonna.
Whoa! I love that PFP.
Yeah. Run run to the restroom. I think Will might be here. He's doing some stuff. We'll come back here in like 5 minutes, and we will run another trivia, and then move on to making a little character here, and then I'll send you guys on your way. So,
can we get Dolagram in here?
Maybe ping him. Add him on the chat and tell him.
Can somebody get Dollar? I want to talk to Dolagram. That's like my BFF. I need Dollar. Katrina, Treasure, can you guys hit up Dolagram, please? Laughing for Ryan, please. I need Dolagram in my life. Where's Dolagram?
I don't even think I have him on here. I don't even know how to
Where's
work
Dolagram?
If you just go to the granny chat and then you put the @ button or hit the @ character and then type out what's his name on here?
Yeah, Laughing for Ryan.
Yeah, that one.
Where he at?
He might be around. He might be doing stuff.
This looks amazing. This looks like the Hulk.
Hulk smash. Boom. Bam. So I put. Come on.
Somebody show me your pixel art. Katrina, Treasure.
Yeah, put it in the chat. Okay, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna mute. Oh, I guess I can. I'll be out. It's not working. Oh. Okay. Someone mention me? Come on. There we go. What time is it? 2:34. All right, like 2 more minutes. We'll get started here. You got a chance to.
Where's the chat? I'm looking. I see where the live button is on the screen. Let's see. Announcements. Let's see. Granny chat.
Keep scrolling down past that.
Okay.
And then past suggestions, past scam alert, and then activity chat.
And
then it should say activity chat.
Activity chat. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see if I can post them. Oh, that somebody did that. That was good.
Yeah, that's Will.
Yeah. Mine is busted. I just drew like I was drawing regular. I'm gonna have to.
Hey, that's okay. No, please post it. I can't pin stuff. Okay. And then I just posted the third trivia. Ooh, nice. Just posted the third trivia question. And I don't know if everyone's back yet, but the question is, speaker and NFT influencer Gary Vee, you may have heard of him, leader of VCon, suggests that you post 3 times a day to what social media app? So it's multiple choice. You got to pick one. So does he suggest you post to Facebook 3 times a day? Does he suggest you post to TikTok 3 times a day? Instagram? MySpace? Twitter? Or all of the above? There's 2 right answers here. So either one may work. If you've listened to Gary Vee, he's said this a zillion times.
Meta Roof, you probably don't get this.
All right, we got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. All the answers in, and the answer is number 2, y'all. Actually, number 2 and number 5. So, Ladrin, you got one. You just got you an NFT. You got 2 of them right. Yeah, he wants you to post to TikTok like 3 times a day. Is it possible? Yes. Is it feasible? If you're busy, you got to really plan for that. So, it's a little fun thing. I have not been posting 3 times a day. I treat it like, I don't even know how I treat my TikTok, but I'm not on there all the time because people are always doing the absolute most, and I can't handle it. So yeah. But to that point, I have, after posting like 3 times a day or so on my Twitter and sometimes on my TikTok whenever I'm there, it has definitely garnered me, like I'm at almost 2,000. No, I'm at like almost 1,200 followers right now on my Twitter, and I started at 0. So it works, just being engaged and actually like learning how to get with the community and stuff. It's awesome. All right. Congratulations. Oh,
my picture is busted.
Please post it. I want to see. We're learning together.
Busted. I'm all over the place.
That's all right. That's all right.
You can tell what it is, but there's no structure.
Oh, and Dren, you are saving these as .pixel files. So if you go to download and then .png, you want to go to the download .png tab here in the middle, and then that's where we can find the normal PNG sizing, and then download it there, and then that way we can share it to the chat, so that way everyone can see it. Because right now, the way you got it saved, it'll only be available. It's like a PSD file. Bam, you got it. Just like that. That's hard.
Oh, that
See?
is one.
Y'all always impress me.
Mm-hmm. That's right, because my next one's going to be better.
Yeah, just like that. Love to hear. Oh my god. Less than $1 for these Pixel Azukis. So many weird things on Instagram on OpenSea. All right. Now, yeah, let's have a even more fun. We got this. Get that little remake out the way. But Meta Ruth, I don't know if you can see this, but this is kind of what I was talking about, where it will, once you like kind of just simplify it a little bit. Ooh, not that. Once you simplify it a little bit, you can give them some life. A little highlight in there. Bam. That's actually kind of cool. And then add a slightly lighter shade. Oh, that is not it. Okay, anyways. Fantastic. Everyone, hope you got a good break in. Let's do this. Let's round this class on out. So, what we're going to do is we're going to just make a nice little character. It doesn't have to be a granny, but I'm going to go for a granny. And we are going to use our circle tools and our line tools and our kind of principles of making pixel perfect lines in order to make a character. So I always like to start off, and for this character too, it's going to be a like a super deformed or chibi style character, meaning it's in that like cute kind of big-headed anime style where the proportions are basically half of the body. And give me my line tool, please. I need a new layer. And it still drew on that? That's wild. Half of the body is the head shape, and the other half of the body is the rest of the body, right? So what that looks like is if I grab my circle tool, and everyone grab their circle tool, what you're going to do is you're going to make a circle. It can be perfect, it can be not perfect, what have you. If you hold shift, it'll keep it to a perfect circle. But if you don't hold shift, it'll make it an oval. Now, if I hold shift and I get my circle here, I just want to make it like half of this size here. And so I use 2 different colors to give me guides, 2 different colored lines. Maybe you can see this one's better. There. Purple. Bam. So you can see half of the head is up here, or half the body's up here. Now, if I wanted to do the rest of my body, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my color tool. I'm going to pick a nice like black. Just start off with black. We learned how to change all the colors of everything before. So what I'm going to do is I got my circle. This is going to be my head. Next, I'm going to draw a nice little crisscross in the middle of this circle. I want it at the lower half of it because I want it to feel like the head is rather big. Thinking about that motorcycle helmet, that was so cool. So the eyes are going to be down here. The mouth is going to be down here. All the facial features are going to live in this cross section zone. The rest of this is going to be hair and such. So I got this cross. Now, with my line tool again, I'm going to create the body. Let's start it off like this. Let's make a square. Let's pick our square tool. And then I'm just going to go slightly inside. I don't want it to be the full width of this circle. Like, this is cool. I like that. But in order to give it some, like, real, like, kind of depth to it or, like, some uniqueness to it, I want the square here to be just on the inside of, like, how big my body is. So if I use my line tool, you can see that from the edge here, the edge is right here, and then it's over some, right? So it's not all the way right here connected to the side of the circle. It's because the head is super big. So that's what's happening there. And I'll leave that little guide up. Now I'm going to go back to my black tool, and this time I'm going to go to my line tool. So I'm done using my square. I'm done using my circle for now. I'm going to give them some arms and legs. Now, easiest way to do this is just draw some lines coming off the top of this square here. And you can have them be as close to parallel as you can, and then just connect them. And now on my other side, I like that, but maybe I'll just give it a little bit of flair. This one's going to be down. Now, there's different ways to do arms. There's different ways to do legs. This is just one way to do it. And so you can kind of see the volume of the arm here and how like wide of an arm it is actually. Now, I got my arms. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add these legs. So the legs, you can have them go out. It can be a split situation. It can be like, I don't know. There's all types of ways to do legs. Use a reference later when you're practicing and look at a picture of someone and get like the basic idea of legs, right? So it could be like something like this. I don't know. That's a really weird kind of peanuts gang type of leg. I don't want that. I don't like that. I want it to look similar to the arms here. So more like a little wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over. And I want my legs to be, they'll be the same width here. But I want to go straight down, over a little bit, over and down a little bit. And then back over towards the middle. And a nice chunky leg here. All right. Now, if you want to be lazy, and it's not even lazy, you just want to work quickly and smart, you can go to your select tool. Now, it's going to get a little tricky here, just a tad tricky. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it. Then I'm going to move it to where I want it to be. Now, I don't want both legs to be pointing this way. That doesn't make sense. It's not very natural. But while I do have this selected, what I do is I go to my layer tab on the right side. Actually, I go to tool tab on the right side. And then there's below the paste and copy and scissors, there's a transform bar. Now there's rotate left, rotate right, flip vertical, flip horizontal. What I want to do is flip it horizontal. No, that flips it upside down. Bam. If I flip it vertical, that will change it to face the other way. Now, this same leg shape is on the other side, and I can just drag it over to the edge, and I have my leg. Cool? So copy, paste, flip. Easy. Now, this is random Destiny's Child playing. Okay, now, all you have to do now is just connect the legs. Do I like these legs? They're alright. They're alright. What I might do here is make them a little bit more, less detailed. So I'm gonna get this color, and then I'm going to just P. I want to get rid of these toes. I don't like these toes. So I'm just gonna keep it simple here. Just nice, chunky square legs. Nice and thick. Boom, just like that. Okay. Now, last part is we're gonna add some hair. Now, let's go and see what we got here, because there's a lot of good hairs for these grannies. You can do so many different things as far as what you want your hair to be like. You can do an afro, which is like a nice big circle. You can do a hat. You can do a mask. You can, like, whatever thing goes on the head, it's possible. There's these skinny cornrows. I like these, but I want it to have some volume. Maybe, ooh, I'm tempted by that do-rag. Let's go. This orange hair looks actually prime. So, just going to click this real quick. And using a reference is not cheating, as long as you don't directly trace it, but in like claim it as your own. So we got this awesome hair. It's if I'm looking at it, it's one side goes up, and it's not evenly split in the middle. One side goes up and over to the right, and the other side goes back and over to the left. And there's even some that kind of drapes on the shoulder. So with this knowledge, I'm just going to pick a different color right now just so I can see it. I'm going to start off. Now I can show you like what an afro looks like. The ears would be right where this cross is. So everything above that is going to be hair, right? So this could be a possible afro, right? And then you give them a hairline. Boom, we got an afro there. Or undo a bunch. Or we can do what I originally planned, which is to have that kind of split wig situation. So I'm going to start off not in the middle, but I'm going to shift over to the left or the right, whichever side you want your split on. Let's go with the right side this time. So I'm going to go up above the head just a little bit, just a few pixels, not very far. And then I'm going to take this curve, and I'm just going to just gently mimic the curve of the head here. And I'm using my line tool. This way, I get these perfect lines. Kind of run into my guide some, and then I can bring it down onto my shoulder. I might change this here in a minute if these lines don't add up right, but right now we're just gonna get the basic idea out. Now, switching sides, I'm gonna go. This side doesn't go as high as the other side does. So whichever side you got, one side needs to be lower than the other, just to give it that sense of volume in hair. If you're a barber or hairstylist or have ever had your hair done professionally, they want to give it a sense of dynamicness. And so this is how you do that. One side's longer than the other. Simple asymmetric, because a lot of the rest of this is symmetric. Like if you look at one side, the other side's the same. But if you give things a little bit of difference on each side, it makes them unique. It makes them it makes people want to look at them. So I got my second half, like kind of overhanging bob bang situation, whatever you want to call that. Now for the front part of the hair, I'm going to go down towards the face and go down towards the face, then cut across to create this hairline. Now don't worry about all this funky stuff up here. We can come back and fix that. And then I want to go all the way just past my face line here and bring it down over this side of the hair. Simple. Now let me make it a little bit clearer. See, and actually I'll probably just change the color of this hair so y'all can see too. What's a good bright color? Orange. So again, I'm using my paint bucket tool and selecting all the colors so I can clearly show y'all this is my hair shape. Now, cool. Let's move on to skin. Skin color. Now, human tones are usually in the reddish, pinkish, dark browny, pale brown, sometimes bluey purple, depending how like dark the skin is. But for the most part, if I'm selecting here, if I go to my selector here on my toolbar, and I'm like at an orange already, like you can see down here, it's at like this orangey yellow. I kind of want to be somewhere in the middle of all this, right? This gives me a nice dark brown kind of hue, like that matches me. Now, if your skin is paler, if you want your character to have lighter skin, you just move up and towards the left side, right? And as you can see, it has a color shower that shows you your old color and your new color. And as you drag around, you can see, and you can be like, okay, I want it to be this dark, and maybe this is a good color right here. I like this color. So what I'm going to do is grabbing that color, I'm going to fill in, I'm going to take my bucket tool. Don't actually want to do that. I still had everything, all similar colors selected. Bam. So I'm just going to fill in the face. And you know what? Why not do the arms too? You can always add shirts and all that type of fun jazz. Bam. Now we got that. Let us fill in this hair. Okay, I'm gonna go with. Oh yeah, it's already orange, so I like that orange. Let's go for this color here. Now, okay, cool, Jamali, I got this. This is awesome, but like, why are these other things in the way? Because it's not on select all similar colors, but because it's kind of in the hair, we want to. Let's just do it like this. And now if I were to hit erase on one of these, it's going to take it all the way back. It's going to erase every single color that is there until it gets to the background, the clear background. So in order to get rid of this color with the same color, you just do exactly that. Use the same color to get rid of that. So I pick my color with the turkey baster tool, and then you can use your paintbrush or your pencil tool, and then you can just click through all the pieces that you don't need. You could also select them with the selector tool. Go to your paint bucket. Oh, that is not how you do that. Oh, you have to, the way you do that. Okay, here's how you do that. Now, if you want to use your selector tool, how do I do that? Was I just at the wrong thing? No. Okay, here's another way to do this. Go to your shape tool, and then like the square, and then right under the menu bar, you can click fill, and that means whenever you draw it in, it's going to fill in everything that's there, as opposed to not having that. It's just going to give you the border. So what we want is we want the fill. So this way we can go in, select these small bits of areas, and then quickly erase. All right, so there's that. Now we got this kind of really wonky situation going on for the hairline. We'll get to that. Let's get in some eyes real quick. So moving on to our circle tool. Now we will not even gonna worry about another layer right now. Let's just keep on with the skills we got. I'm gonna go to my white paint. Now right where your colors are on your left side toolbar, there's the primary color, there's the secondary color. They're two squares next to each other. If you click the little arrow that's beneath the primary color in between them on the bottom left, that'll switch between the primary and secondary color. So you can also shortcut key X, so it'll basically switch back and forth between your colors. So maybe you have black on one color, and then the other one's the orange of the hair, right? So that way you can be like, okay, well, I need to draw here. I need to draw a little bit of hair. Oh, that's not how you do that. Whatever. That you need to draw some hair. Okay, now I switch out to friggin' black, purple, or whatever. And then, okay, now I have this other color. So you can just quickly switch back and forth between the two. That's how you do that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my circle. I'm going to grab a nice light color. Now, you can do exactly white. That's pretty tight, but I like to do an off-white / light purple, light blue, light gray, like really close to it. But this gives us the option to add a highlight in, and that way the highlight can be pure white and really give it that eye pop. So with that circle tool selected, I'm going to draw one circle over here. That's a dot. I'm going to draw, and like just 1 pixel above the cross is where I'm going to start it. One there, and then that is not right. We want them to be equidistant from each other. So what you can do is, just to measure, you can just draw a nice, don't do that. You can just measure, go 1, 2, you can just go from the center. This one's 1, 2 from the center. You can go 1 and 2 from the center, and then bam. Oh, snap. Come on. Okay, mouse, you don't need to play with me. Okay. There it is. That's that. Now, you guessed it, we're going to fill in this with white right now. Ah! How did it do that? Oh, because my tolerance is up? Is that it? Yeah, there it is. So, if you are filling in your colors and it fills in everything, you just go up to the top here. Drain, come on with it, bro. It's dropping cool art in the chat. If you go down to tolerance here, it will take it down so it doesn't select more than you need. Let me look at this. See, Dren, these are great. Just, you got to export them bigger. So hit that Instagram or Twitter button before you hit download PNG, That we can see all the deets. Okay, let me see. Now, our face is looking good. We've got some things in there. Let's give her a little mouth. So, quick way to do a mouth. Easy, just a nice straight line. But maybe we wanted to add a little more pizzazz to that. So I'm just going to add a nice black line right about here. How does that look? Looks kind of stoic. I'm not mad at that, but I'm going to move it up one. And I'm actually going to move this situation out the way. Later. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I love that mask. See, y'all's minds are so good. Getting rid of our guidelines. So, again, I use my color picker tool to grab the color that I want it to be as. And then it's going to select it. Ooh, and this looks like an eyelash. So I'm going to leave that on that side because I want it to feel pretty. Now that I got more space here to work with in between my eyes, I'm going to go back to my black. And I'm just going to start out in the middle. Add one to one side and one to another side. Oh, and then it starts to drag on me. Not what I want. So 1, 2. Now that's you can give her a little. Oh snap, bro! Come on. Now if you add another one at the bottom, she's got a chubby face. But I just wanted to have a normal smile right now. Okay. So next we're gonna add some pupils. The good old eyes. Now these eyes are not white. They may look like it because the rest of the colors are not as dark, but don't worry about it. We're just gonna pop some dots in here. Bless you. So what did I do here? I made a square that connects on the inside and then add one off to the side here. And then where's my ghetto granny? Okay, so looking at my reference again, her skin's way darker, but her eyebrows are orange, so we're not gonna forget the eyebrows. She's got blue eyes. What else we got here? And she's got a gold tooth. Now, at the scale we're at, we don't really have much space for all that gold tooth playground. I mean, we get added in one little square. And maybe give a little bit more mouth here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that works. So again, I took what Will did here and I just broke it down. I saw, okay, it's a smile. It's that same shape that I just made. It's that same like this shape, but it's just I just expanded it just a little bit. So that's how you do that. Now we got a mouth in there. What else we got? We're gonna add those blue eyes. So I'm gonna go pick a nice blue here. And then to do this, I'm going to add the blue around. Let me look at what Will did. So he's got blue on both sides, black on one side. So let's add a blue line below that black line. Right here. Or whatever color your eyes you choose. And then I'm going to add one dot in the middle. Now, at this point, it looks like she's wearing glasses. Is this one wearing glasses? She's not. But what we can do is let's give her an eyelid. How about that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this skin color. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my color picker and I'm just going to pick a slightly darker color. It doesn't have to be all the way darker, just a little bit. Just scoot it down. I went from like the middle just to like a centimeter down. I don't know. It's just not very far. So I went from here to about here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add this on top of the eye. So I don't want to cover the blue and I don't want to cover the black. And I may just completely take this out. But it's working right now. And I actually like it. Okay, cool. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose the color for. Now do one of those in here. Let's throw one in. Why not? So I'm gonna pick a nice dark brown color and make a little L. Actually, I don't like that. I'm not sold. Actually, maybe it just needs to be a darker color. Maybe it just needs to be a little nose like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now, I don't want that tooth to be so yellow. It's way too yellow. So I'm gonna choose a lighter yellow tooth. There. That looks better. Next, let's fill in our shirt. Oh, actually, before that, one more trivia question. Ruth, you need one more to get you an NFT. Let's get you one here. Okay. We're on the home stretch, y'all. Okay. And okay, there's two more trivia questions. And as I'm looking at this in my preview, maybe her head's too big, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. All right. Come on, scroll wheel. Shout out to everybody who's got a lo-fi bot in their Discord. Appreciate that. Click, bro. Okay, I'm here. All right. Z said the teeth looks gold, so it may just need to switch back there because right now it's kind of just white. So in the activity chat, we got a new trivia question. Now, if you've been around for NFTs this past few months, you may know this, you may not. All right, so what NFT from the spring of 2022, just a few months ago, which project broke ETH, like messed up the blockchain, exacerbated and basically boosted gas prices, as well as flipped the Bored Ape Yacht Club in volume, like the amount that is sold? So is it 1, Goblin Town WTF, 2, Azuki, 3, is it Moonbirds by Proof, 4, OK Bears, or 5, Cool Cats? Now, it was this year. All right, is that everybody? Oh, someone just advanced the level 2. All right, I think we got 1, 2, 3. Treasure, what's your answer here? Oh, they're typing. Great. Okay, cool. So, which one broke ETH, exacerbated gas prices, and flipped BASYC? You guys said Goblin Town. Great answer, but no, it was Moon. Actually, it wasn't any of those. It was Other Side. And so everybody gets a point there because I messed that up. But if it was one, it would be Moonbirds. Goblin Town did numbers, and that was like,
I was
yeah,
gonna say Other Side, but it wasn't an option, so I didn't pick it.
you
I knew that was it too.
You definitely got that one. I don't know what I was thinking when I was writing those notes.
That's okay.
But see that you're super smart, and I appreciate that. And so that was a trick question. So everybody got a point there. Say what? During, you're right. Goblin Town was more hype than Moonbirds, and Moonbirds just basically they came out and they were like, "Yo, friggin' 3 ETH to get in," and that's what that was. But yeah, Other Side broke the internet, and then Goblin Town, or it didn't break ETH, but it caused people were spending like $1,000 plus in gas to get one of those Other Side drops, which is nuts. And then Azuki, they really didn't do that much. OK Bears was just a big launch. But yeah, Goblin Town pretty much started the newer free mint meta that we're in right now. So, because that was a goof on me, everyone gets a point there. So, shout out to y'all. Shout out to Treasures because you actually knew it. All right. So, who's in this thing? We got Ruth, Ugly. We got one. I'm keeping tally here. Dran, Ugly, Z. Z. Okay, there's one more. There's one more, and I know I have the correct answer for this. All right, let's just run it right now. Okay, so all right now. This one, I hope, is a little easier. Now, which celebrity has not failed their community through an NFT project? Meaning, they didn't rug, they didn't just create a cash grab. They were actually through and through with their project and have stayed consistent in the community. Now, who is this person? Is it A, Snoop Dogg? Is it B, Floyd Mayweather? Is it C, Takeoff from Migos? Is it John Cena? Or is it Tekashi 6ix9ine? Now, all of these people have had projects in one way or another. Now, which one has been the realest? Which one has stayed down for the Web3 community? It's the Kingpin for sure. Okay, did everyone get their answer in? Yeah. I think Z got an answer in. Treasure, Ugly Kids. Okay, and Dran. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Meta Ruth, are you there?
She's sleeping.
Okay. Night, Meta Ruth. You still want an NFT. Okay, everybody got it right. It is definitely Snoop, and as Dran said, he is the kingpin of Web3. He's done stuff with Sandbox, with friggin' everybody and they mama.
Super rare album. And Floyd Mayweather wasn't his. I think his was a rug at one time.
His was a flop. Takeoff had one that was like Apes in Space. I kind of want to collect that just because it was a flop, but it was like this is funny.
Yeah.
John Cena had one that was like maybe a zoo, and then Tekashi 6ix9ine had he had like these trolls kind of things that were that looked like him. So if you rock with Tekashi, that's that. But yes, congrats everyone. Crushed it. Everyone wanted.
It would have made it hard. It would have made it hard if you'd had Paris Hilton up here. That would have been kind of hard. Because she's been hanging in there.
She has.
And then Johnny Depp, his skyrocketed after that court case.
Johnny Depp has what?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, his went up really high after he won that defamation case.
All right, so I got y'all all locked in. Everybody's won an NFT here. Now, the last thing is, as we finish this up, when okay, bring it in. As we finish this up, as we add colors and stuff and just kind of finish out our simple character, you can win cash prizes by submitting your final piece in the activity chat, right? And so probably by the time within 12 hours we'll have a winner. But if you wanted to work on it some more, how about this? Yeah, maybe we'll close it off tomorrow night. I'll see how I feel, but all you got to do is post your finished work inside of the activity chat. That'd be great. Treasure, that's awesome. What is that? Yes, I love the face tat. Post your work in there. We'll pick 2 winners. They'll get $50 worth of crypto each. So I really appreciate y'all coming out here. And then and everyone won an NFT. I feel like no one got 2. No one got more than like 3 right now. So, yeah, I'm going to send Will y'all guys' info, and he will get y'all hooked up and make sure that's good. So, yeah, I really appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. Now, let me check my Twitch. I wonder if anyone's hanging out there. And no. Okay, chill. So, let's finish up here. Back to our drawing. Now, here's a chance where we can use some of that pixel perfectness we practiced. On mine, on the front hair here, you can see it's got this like kind of weird, funky bits. And as it transitions into the inside of the hair, it's even more funky. What I want to do is I want to take this base color that's on the inside and not like that. I want to take this color. I want to grab that. I want to use my pencil tool, and I'm going to first start out on the inside. I'm just going to clear out all these extra pixels, making her hair look way too thick for what it needs to be. That's good. And then I'll get rid of those. So we got that. You can see this is a lot cleaner now on the inside. And then, oh, snap. What is this button? V. V is my color picker tool. So V, and then...
That might look crazy as fuck.
V, bam. V. All right, and so I start to go in here, and I just like knock out some of these corners that are like doing a little too much. All right, so I got her skin, I got her hair. Let's add some lines in that hair. So I'm just gonna take that outside color, this outside orange here, and then I'm gonna use my line tool and just give her some nice little streaks of color. So just a nice diagonal line, slightly another diagonal line, and then bring it down fairly straight. And up one, that's kind of confusing. So you kind of just got to be aware of like what's clear in here. Like you want it to be readable. You want people to be able to see what's going on. All right, so I drew a few lines on the left side, drew a few lines on the right side. Oh, and we cannot forget those eyebrows. So I'm just going to give her a nice 3-line. Pixels right over that. Okay, and I'm just going to check my reference again. So she's got a nice pink and black shirt. So I'm going to go find a nice pink here. I don't think I want it to be as like bright as the other one.
I warned Spencer that this would happen. Mom and Dad are literally imploding over nothing. It's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
I would have done exactly what Spencer did.
Boom. So I got that. I don't know what color her pants are, so we're just gonna click like a nice purple, something dark. Now, she does have like this cool like baseball t-shirt on, so we're gonna just like attempt to redo that. I'm gonna pick my black using my. I'm gonna grab my pencil tool. So I'm gonna start off right at the top. Let's see, what does she have? It's like a normal collar, so it's rounded. So it goes 1, 2, down, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. It's a little offset, but that's okay right now. Next, I'm gonna add the line for her. Actually, no, let's give her 3 in the middle. I don't like that. Okay, bam, there it is, much better. Now, here I'm gonna give her a nice line on her shirt. What else? Now it has this darker line, so I'm gonna go to my purple and then just kind of create that line again.
No, I don't have a drinking problem. That's not how addiction works.
I do.
Okay, but like, of course they're gonna agree with you, Dad. I mean, if I have a problem, then you give them money, and if I don't, then they get nothing. But like, my sponsor agrees with me. Okay.
Ooh, what are you watching?
Why won't you guys just trust me?
So I'm just gonna draw the same shapes. I'm gonna mirror this curve or this technical curve here up on the shirt. Again, using those tools that I learned. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to give her a little pocket. A nice little pocket there. Oh, she's ready. Let's go. Okay, now let's add some buttons. So I'm going to go for like a really light pink here. And then just pop some buttons in. Nice. Nice. Okay. Actually, those buttons are black. So we're going to go for a darker red. Cool. I don't even like that. Okay. And finally, we're going to give her some shoes. So let's just go to this red color. I like this red. And then for these shoes, I'm just going to do the bottom 2 pixels of her legs. And maybe I could have kept that black outline, but I'm just going to do this for right now. Perfect. Okay. Let's give it some black outline, actually. So I did that 2 pixel shoe, but now I just have 1 pixel of red, 1 pixel line of red. And she's not standing on nothing, but we're going to give her a little shadow here in 1 second. So, do I want this area to be orange? I'm not going to worry about it. Let's get y'all out of here. Okay, so this will take us to, let me actually get this out the way. Delete that. Move this back in the mix. Oh, V in here. Boom. Now, we got all that stuff out the way. She's got a great shirt on, got her eyes, mouth, teeth. Not going to worry about the earrings. We're not going to worry about her hands too much. This is simple. So, next what we're going to do is we're going to add one more new layer. So, I'm going to go over here to my add layer. Snap. Yeah, I'm going to add a layer. I'm going to go to my circle tool. I am going to pick a nice, I can just make it black, because what we're going to do is we're going to add it over here, and we're just going to add a shadow. So I'm going to draw a circle, a nice oval. Actually, don't do that. Go to the, hold up, bro. Where's the thing at? Should be a way to fill this. It don't matter right now. We're on a new layer, so it's cool. So I'm going to draw a circle right underneath my character. This is going to be our shadow. Next, I'm going to fill this circle in with black. It's hiding the shoes. Don't worry about. Next, I'm going to go over here to my layer tool. And then this slider here that says 100%, I want that to be a good, what's that? 26, between like 26 and 45% is your sweet zone. Otherwise, it's too dark. So a good like 27, 38%, 30, that looks nice. And to add some flair to it, we're just going to add a nice little frame. So I'm going to grab my square tool. I'm going to pick, it's orange, so let's go with the complementary. So I'm going to pick a nice light blue. And then I'm going to, oh snap, I need to add one more layer to this. So go to add layer, that plus circle button. And here is where I add my frame. And of course, it wants to fill it in. Don't do that. You can do that, but we want it to be just an empty square right now. Bam! And there it is. And then you can add some more squares inside of that just to give it a little bit of flair, like you used to work at a frame shop. And then the fun final part, the signature. Now, you can use the text tool, and I don't know actually what that's doing. You can use the text tool, but I like to just throw in the letter J. And you kind of have to, again, use your pixel perfecting skills to figure it out. But there you have it. That's it. That is our granny. Now I can see here that this arm over here on this side is probably a little bigger than the other arm. I can fix that. I'll probably fix it later, but for the sake of class time, we're gonna call this good. So that's it, y'all. And I'm just gonna recap here real quick. So what did we do today? We figured out how in the world our pixel perfect lines work. We figured out how to draw them. We figured out how to the steps in which they go so that they won't look wonky. We also discovered how to, let me get my thing here. We learned how to do a frame, but we learned how to make a box. We learned how to make a cube. We learned how to adjust these shapes and understand what's the difference here. How are these ratios and how are these steps different, and how did they play into our overall look? We also learned a little bit about coloring and selecting colors, different shapes that we can make, making shapes with lines as opposed to just using our pencil tool and our pixel perfect skills. Super great. What else did we learn? We learned why pixel art is popping. We learned different ways that we can approach and simplify other pieces of artwork so that it'll have that look, and then we can also like expand on it as well. And then finally,
that looks like my friends. My friends pixel. Is that a joke?
No, I just did it to. Oh, you're back, Better Ruth. Hi.
I've been lately back. I've been here.
Oh, I thought you were asleep for something. But
no.
Either way, yeah, this is a remake on the image that you made, and I just did it as a simplification.
I love the fact that you did that. Like, you don't understand. I love the fact that you did that. Like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
This is amazing. What
so,
should we name him?
What's his real name?
Well, his name is Fez.
Oh.
Fez.
Does he need a little fez on his hat?
For real. He's gonna die if he sees it. He's gonna be like, no, you did not.
There we go. Anyways, we learned what it looks like when different projects use pixel art in the way that Metaruth was talking about, like going straight from Canva or these other tools and making it your own just by reference. And then finally, we kind of brought all those skills together in order to... what is going on? What did I do? Oh, it's a red thing up here. We brought all those skills together to design this character. And here we can see through the arms, we've got like, it's not pixel perfect, but we did pixel perfect the hair. A lot of these areas.
That's pixel perfect.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not looking fuzzy here. It's all like everything's supposed to be here. So we did that. And we also learned how to use a reference again to both get, and I missed the chain here, but we used the reference to understand like how to simply get in these effects on our character. So we did a lot today. We went over some good basics. I hope y'all had fun. I know I did. Y'all won some stuff. That's awesome. I learned some stuff from y'all. Hope you learned a lot from me. And again, thank you, Will, for having me here. Any questions? Let me know. You all can follow me on my socials. I don't know that they're on the Twitch stream right now, but they probably are. Either way, jamjamart.net is my main website. You can view all my art there. And what else? Yeah, I'm also taking donations. If you really appreciated this and want to support me and what I do, you can... I'll make my address available so you can drop me some crypto if you like. No pressure at all. But just if you want to be thankful in that way, I greatly appreciate it. And you can also just check out my my art pages and see the work that I got there. I'm constantly posting stuff on Twitter. So if you ever want to keep up with me, that's pretty much where I'm at. I post a lot of the good finished stuff on Instagram, and then a lot of my video work is on TikTok. So, but my main hub is my website. So I really appreciate y'all coming. I really appreciate y'all playing with me and participating. And this has been awesome.
Can you?
I'm
What's
looking.
your main two addresses? You said your .net something.
Yeah, it's jamjamart.net.
Jam JAM.
JAM.
And jamjam.art. No, jamjamart.net.
That's right.
Okay, and then what's your Twitter?
It is JamStarX. So I'm gonna put it in the chat here.
Okay,
too.
Star X. Okay, and then last but not least, you said we had 12 hours to send in our final pixelated art.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's do it by Monday midnight. So by the time Monday strikes, we'll choose our winner on Monday. How about that?
Okay.
That gives y'all
and
time
just put
to.
it in the activities chat.
That's right.
Okay. All right, great. Yeah, I enjoyed myself. I really liked it. I'll be back for another one.
Hey, that's what's up, yo. I really appreciate y'all. So, tell Will thank you for hosting me, and then we'll figure out when the next class will be, and we'll keep on learning.
Yes, thanks, Will.
Wherever he is, he might be doing kid stuff, but yeah, I guess everybody can just go on home unless you guys have any questions or just want to chill out in here. But thank you so much, and I'll speak to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye, y'all. Okay, Twitch. It's been real. I appreciate y'all. It's been super real. I don't know that we have many visitors today, but it's all right. You know how it go. Thank you.